Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody out there, YouTube land. This is Moz coming to you another episode of Toy Photography Talk, and we got a special panel of guests for you today. Let's welcome, sorry, I got Trevor. He just showed up. Hey, wait, he didn't come in here. Dang it! See, I knew it was gonna happen. Let's welcome League of Extraordinary Sisters and Lost in Translation photo. Lost in Translation, of course, back to the panel. Thank you so much. And League, first time here. Great seeing both of you. How you guys doing?
We're good.
Good. How are you guys?
How are you? Good to see you.
Thanks for having me on again. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, it's great having you. Great having you. I'm sorry, League, I cut you off, I think.
Oh, no worries. I'm okay. I'm doing good. Hey, Trevor, nice to see you again.
Good to see you again. You heading to Legion's Con this year as well?
I guess for next year, right? Is it next year or
Well,
okay.
This year.
Well, yeah, no, this year, November 2024.
You're right.
I know.
Already
I know.
good.
We're still getting used to it. I know.
You are correct. You are correct. I'm still in November.
Cool.
Sorry.
Awesome.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's already come by.
No,
I know.
no, it doesn't.
I know.
Don't get me started. I'm worried about how fast time's moving. It's crazy.
I mean, this weekend
Crazy.
threw me off with this President's Day. Yesterday was when my daughter not having school yesterday. It felt like a Sunday yesterday, not a Monday, and it threw me off today.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
Well, I saw you guys 2 months ago, I think, and I felt like last week.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't believe it's
True.
already
I'm
time.
like,
Look, I'm sorry about the eggnog.
Jules
thing,
on?
okay?
But anytime Jules wants to come on.
anytime, yeah.
All right. Let's give a shout out real quick to the chat here. We got Noble Young, of course, as usual. He's our usual suspect, first one here.
Yep.
JP Rex in the house. Hey there, people. How you doing today, JP Rex? Casper, aka Controversial Toys, and it begins. Geneticus, hello.
Hello.
No Fate,
No Fate.
Mauricio Mayer, is that right? Did I say it right? And
Mhm.
Sweden.
Mauricio.
Yeah, Sweden.
Yo, hey, from
Sweden.
I guess from
Hey.
Sweden.
What's going on?
Hello, how you doing?
Hello.
Sweden.
Thank you for joining
Yeah,
us.
I know it's late over there. Thanks for being with us.
Mhm.
Look at this person here, man. League of Extraordinary Sixers. Hey, how you doing? Oh wait.
It's a double ganger.
Yes, first time here. Yes, it's great seeing
Yeah,
you, man.
thank you for joining us.
Well, we're gonna get some photos here in just a minute. We're gonna go look at those. Jesse,
Jesse.
how you doing tonight, man? How you doing? Dude, I can't wait to see what this alien picture he's got.
Yeah, I
Jesse,
know that xenomorph. Yeah, it's gonna be a great
he
shot.
like teases something and then he like does the picture the next day. That's quite
And it's-
ingenious, and
And
I'm
it's
curious
magical.
what figure that is too, because I couldn't tell. I was like, is it a NECA? Is it a Mezco? I don't know. I mean, maybe Photoshop some joints. I don't know. Saf, how you doing? Good day. How are you? Articulated Times. Hey man, how you doing, buddy? Good seeing you. Grigo, another new one here. Hey, how you doing? Great having you. Pablo, God, man, you post all the time, and now I gotta click on you. God,
Hey, be happy I haven't been tagging.
what's up, Sonny? Zigzag Zoom in the house. Hey, how you doing? And No Fate, good enough pronunciation. Thank you. I tried. All right, Grigo, thumbs up. I like it. Let's see, Pablo.
Yes.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what you're doing either.
Help me. I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know either.
I
If you're lost and I'm lost, I don't know.
I gotta pull up people, and I forgot to do that because I slacked off and was talking instead.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. There we go. That's probably what's throwing you off. Is that better?
There we go.
Oh,
League of
that's not me.
Extraordinary Sixers. We're gonna give you first billing today because Lost in Translation was here before.
Yes.
It's only right. Dude,
Ooh,
what do you
that's
want
nice.
to talk about here? League? Any shot you want to pull out and talk about? I love this work. This is awesome. What is my phone doing?
I
I
love that
don't know.
TIE fighter. I hadn't seen that one before. That's cool.
What one? What?
There's a TIE fighter from this just struck me just going through them.
Oh yeah, the TIE
Alexis,
fighter.
I apologize. I thought I was following you all this time. I don't know how I wasn't following you, but I just
It's
I
okay.
hate
It's
that,
okay.
man, because I'm like, no, because I really thought I was, and there are people like that all the time that I'm like, wait a minute, I thought I was following you, because
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Also.
Anymore.
I was talking
Yeah,
about
you
that
don't see
earlier. That
anybody's work
sometimes,
anymore. Like the people.
yeah,
people I follow, I don't see half the time. So I just figure I hadn't seen anything from you.
So the TIE.
Wow, this yeah.
So the TIE fighter was actually done in front of my television, and the photo, the star cluster in the back is actually my
Perfect.
photo. So I was using my photo for that.
Oh, that's
Nice.
awesome. I love that.
That's awesome.
I think this one has a
Love-
BTS or at least a picture of the yeah. So that's in front of my
Oh,
television.
nice. Yeah, nice.
Oh, you just
That's
spins
the
it.
perfect space lighting too.
Yep.
Yeah, you get the little bounce down here and
Mhm.
the nice overhead lighting. It's really nice.
I can just hear the sound of that thing flying by.
Hmm I couldn't figure out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I had a hard time figuring out what kind of color light if I wanted to use because it's space. Like, what kind of light do you use?
Yeah.
Do you use white? Do you use blue? So I figured white, and then I saw that black and white probably suited it best.
If you
Yeah.
want to get that Star Wars look, really any of these space things, I mean, it's kind of a trope right now. I don't even know if you're in space, if there's this much light, you know what I mean? Depending on where you are in space.
Exactly.
But it just works. Like it says this vehicle is in space being lit by reflection of the moon,
Something.
whatever. I don't know. Yeah.
And a TIE fighter is particularly difficult because its wings can really block a lot of light.
Yeah,
I mean,
shield the light. Yeah.
Exactly. That's actually what I had the most trouble with, trying to get the correct amount of light to bounce off of both shields, because then you couldn't see the other. Like, I was able to light one, but then the other one was not lit. So I had to do something really creative to kind of show some light on the one. I think is that camera right? Right? Is that right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Now, is that the only light you used in the shot, or do you have another light that we don't see?
No, that's it. I just did a top down.
Good job.
Top down with some bounce
and then
underneath
with the
it.
bouncing underneath, yeah, that really.
Because if you see, the other light is on the desk there. I didn't even use it.
It's down on the
I had it.
desk too.
Oh yeah, there we go. Sweet. No, that's
You
a
were
good
fed up
shot.
with that light. You were like, hell would you?
Yeah, that worked out really well. It's like a
Um,
film still. I really like that Ahsoka one up at the top too.
Yeah, that's the one I
I
tagged.
love that one. Yeah, that's such a
Sorry,
great
I'm
shot.
picking all the black and white ones, but they're just like, I don't know, they stand out to me. I like them.
Black and
When
white
you
is,
show this.
even
go
though
ahead.
even though I don't do black and white a lot, I'm actually really good at it. As far as I think I'm good at it. This one took me 2 days because I couldn't figure out the fog.
Oh, you got one of those Ulanzis or Smoke Ninjas or whatever?
No, the other one. What's the one that we all got? The
The Smoke Ninja.
Smoke Ninja. Yeah, baby.
Yes.
Such an awesome device.
Love that thing.
Did you
Love it.
spray the ground after all, like I had suggested?
No, because
No?
that was after I already had taken it down. But
Oh,
at least
okay.
for the future, I totally forgot to do that because I remembered in one of the streams that you said that to kind of like spray it down, it'll hold it there.
It'll hold it long. Yeah, it'll hold it longer and thicker on the ground. As long as you don't have any moving air in the room, yeah, it'll stay nice and thick on the ground.
Okay, I'll do it for next time.
What I have a hard time with when I use the dry ice effect is like if I'm putting the nozzle down there to do it, and then when I go to pull the nozzle away, it pulls some of that smoke with it, and of course pulls it off the
Yeah.
ground.
Yeah, well, what you have to do is you have to plan out your path. So wherever you don't want that trail, like say you do that fog and you run it to the back and off to the edge where the camera won't see that trail or that trace. That's what you want to do, or use the remote.
Yeah.
I did. I used the remote and I did the combination. So if you go to the BTS, if you see where it's pointing, it's actually outside. So you see it on the back end. So and I did it that way because I wanted the natural light to go from the sunlight from the window to go through that door, as well as the fog to go through it.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was an awesome shot. I loved it.
And then also
got a
also the
monitor back there. That's cool. Love that.
yeah, that picture is mine too.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Where's that
Okay.
from?
Actually, you might know where it is. There's a Buddhist temple up in upstate. I don't know if it's by Nyack, but it's a little bit further up.
Is it really? Oh
Yeah,
wow, I
it's-
didn't know that. I was gonna.
Yeah,
you guess
if you want.
Portland. I know there's. Wow, that's cool, man. I love.
Yeah, it's upstate. I forget exactly what town, but I can, if you want offline, I can give it to you.
Yeah, let me know.
If you want to take
You
a
can
trip.
just go there and tour and take some pictures and stuff.
Yeah, as long as you don't bring your dog there, you can pretty much walk the grounds. It's fine. It's actually quite cool up there.
Cool.
Sweet.
All right, let me give a shout out real quick to Pincy Picks, who came in after we said their hellos, and Commander Green and Toy Mirth. And then, of course, Jesse is saying, Ty looked great. A single hard light on one side to represent the closest star, and a bounce card opposite usually does the trick for classic space.
Yeah,
that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's it.
It's rough, man, but there it is.
So, Alexis, what is your favorite thing to shoot? Like out of all these we're looking for, like what was one that you like really love or enjoyed shooting?
So I'm still I know last week Ian was talking about like what the voice is. I'm still trying to figure it out. But so far I figured out that outside is still my superpower. So indoors I struggle. Yeah, indoors I struggle a lot. But when I go outside, I can do things probably within a few minutes. And then versus like inside, it'll take me like sometimes days to do it, which is frustrating, but it's a learning process. And so this was done indoors. I found some crappy photo stock because I needed it. And then my goal here was to do the eyes, Spider-Man's eyes with the white on Photoshop. Yeah. So I didn't do it very well. You know, every photo for me is like a learning skill. I try to pick one thing I want to learn and then take it from there.
Did you get my actions pack that I had shared with the TPC admins group?
I don't know. Are you talking about this thing?
Oh no. Like the Photoshop actions pack.
I don't know.
On the file that I shared, I have an action that helps enhance the whites, like for Spider-Man's eyes, and all you have to do is paint over it, and it'll brighten up those eyes without you having to paint white on it. It'll pop them out. I'll share it again. I'll send you the link to to download the actions pack that I have, because some of the actions that I have in there are some that I've made, and then some that I've purchased that I've adjusted to my liking. And you could always adjust them. Like, it's not a permanent thing. You could adjust however you want them, and then just save the action however you like for it to run.
Oh, nice.
But it really helps out with like Spider-Man's eyes. You get that nice white without having to paint white on it.
Okay.
Nice. All right. Well, let's go take a look at Jules to see what she's got new here real quick. We're going to search for hey, there she is. Jules, dude. This is awesome. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's still one of the best shots. And that Ant-Man one also.
Dude, yeah. Well, that one she had too at the time. I love this one.
Yeah, the Stranger Things.
I like that a lot. Yeah, that's really cool.
Awesome job on that shot.
Darth Matter says they think they missed the pack.
Oh my god, that's a Transformer?
Yeah, the next slide you see it.
Oh, hold on.
Wow.
So Stranger Things Transformers, that's the pizza mobile from Stranger Things, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's their latest collab, I think.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is pretty neat.
I don't even give that a love yet. What's up with that?
I didn't even make the connection that it was the Transformer part of the vehicle. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
So what was your process on this shot, like for the motion blur? Was this all post or?
I don't know if I put it in this one, but I made a reel of like what I did. So the ground is like rolled up cork, the road, and I just painted it black, and then I washed different grays and browns on it, and then I put the lines on with the Posca pen, and then the sand is real sand, and then the little tufts are like railroad tufts from like train sets.
Oh, nice.
So, and then the background's just my TV that's behind me. And I took a picture of the van, how I wanted it. And then, basically just used the pen tool and went around the van and filled in shadow underneath, like where the pen tool would take it out. Because if you don't fill it in, then when you do the blur, there's gaps.
Right.
So then I filled it in as if the van wasn't there. And then I just treated the van and the background as a completely separate layer. And I just did the motion blur And then I selected each tire and did the spin blur, so it looks like the
Perfect.
wheels are spinning. And that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got great motion
Really
there.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks. This is what you got to take time with this stuff, man. Because like, I know people try to do this sometimes, and it just doesn't work out sometimes. But yeah, that and the blend of that and your light like fits the light perfectly. It's almost like a noon, 1 o'clock light, which is like like not ideal, but like for this it really works. Like it's in the desert and it just looks hot and it's matches
the shadow
sky.
right underneath the truck too, so it works.
Yeah.
For the moon.
It definitely felt weird doing a picture that's super bright because I feel like I normally do things that are dark. And I was like, no, in the show, they're in the desert. There's no trees. There's no safety from the sun. It's going to be bright. So I tried to make it as close to the show as I could.
Yeah, I mean, if you did it at sunset, but I mean, that's not the show. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's cool. Like, I know you're feeling though, because it's like, it feels like wrong to not have, you've got contrast in here and it looks really good. It's just like on your subject, it's like, oh, it's just bright. That doesn't.
When I was done editing after 2 hours instead of 7 or 8, I was like, am I done? It just felt weird that it was like mostly there because I'm normally kind of 50-50 on practical versus editing. So, but it was fun. And this is my first Transformer figure that I've ever bought because Stranger Things is my favorite show. I have like all the posters, you just can't see them. So when they did that, I was like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And then like the box they made for it was a pizza box. It was awesome. So then I have a couple more Transformers, but this is my first one.
Nice. Are you gonna get that new Ecto 1 that they announced? Although it's not even in the Ghostbuster colors, it's like a orange.
Oh, they made a new one because I know they did like an old one. I want the DeLorean, but
the DeLorean one's pretty cool. Yeah, there's a new one coming out.
They did a Transformer a while back. That was the original Ecto 1.
Yeah, no, but there's a new Ecto 1 coming out, but it's not white though. It's like
tan.
Like a tan color, yeah.
Well, then it's dead to me. It's dead to me.
I think they already did 2 versions of the old one because there was something with the head sculpt or something that people didn't like. So they did. So now we're gonna have 3. But no, Back to the Future is my favorite film series, so that's the one that I want the most.
Yeah,
so
that is a cool one. Yeah, that would be pretty neat.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Can you go to one more? Go down a little bit. It's a that's it.
That's all in my mind.
I don't want to pick on like trucks.
Let me shout out to Paul Morales and Machu Toy who just joined us.
Machu.
What's up, Machu? What's up, Paul?
All right, so go ahead. Now you jump in that.
No, I this just stood out to me. It was funny that you picked the same one. I don't mean to pick on like all the vehicle shots, but this is really cool.
I picked this one because I saw you.
I liked it. Oh. I learned it from watching you.
No, I see you got the screens shared down there, and I
know.
That's a cool shot. I love the setup.
Yeah, I like the story too. Awesome. Like this is your dad actually had this truck.
So my dad's a mechanic and he builds classic cars and trucks for a living. So we currently own this truck. We have this truck. It's right outside. Awesome. So cool. I got the same exact truck that he has without him knowing. And I've had it for a while because I wanted to do something for their anniversary, and then it just like went by, and then I forgot. And then Christmas came, and my mom gardens every year for the summer, so our house always has flowers, so that's her favorite thing. So I kind of combined their 2 favorite things. I was like, that's cool. Pretty easy to combine. Just put all the flowers in the back.
Sure, yeah.
And then I made the logo with her name. And
I love it though. Like it's really like. Do you know Felix Hernandez? Have you ever followed Felix Hernandez?
He was the first person that I ever saw that did toy photography, and then right after him was I Found Jax. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So he kind of introduced me to the even idea that this was a thing.
Yeah,
he's the first person that I ever saw.
In that vein, I met him. I did a class with him years and years ago.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Super nice guy. And like. Yeah, this like his car stuff inspired me. I was like almost like, maybe I should do some cars. That'd be cool. But man, it's beautiful.
Yeah, his car stuff is wild.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
But this is right in there, man. I love it. This is beautiful.
Thanks.
Did they like it?
Yeah. And then I put like the canvas texture on it, and I did the edit kind of like my mom likes the farmhouse look. So I did it. I wanted it to be kind of like you found it at a thrift store type of color vibe to it. and
Nice.
then I did I wanted it to look like an old painting kind of. So
Right. You say that with a little disdain in the back of your.
So you
because
have
I'm always unsure adding like texture to the photo. Like I always get scared of
Oh no,
adding
the
green,
farmhouse
like,
look. You're like your mom
Oh,
likes the farm look.
well, because she's like transitioning out of it to like the more modern. Like literally as we speak, we just painted our bathroom, so
Gotcha.
So
Mama,
you
farmhouse.
on your BTS here, you have actual green grass, but you chose to make it pine straw-y color.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
just for that look,
love it.
just for that more antique, like
Mhm.
barn-ish look.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it takes it back in
Oh.
time a little bit. I
Yeah,
think. I like
it's a great shot, man. Yeah, awesome.
it's just got those muted like 40s colors to it. It's kind of cool. Like the age of the car. Very cool.
Dude, he's about to
One-
display this green guy.
One of my darker concepts. I was really unsure if I should post that, and I was like, oh, whatever.
That's not. It's not as. It's not a bad shot. It's not as bad as the one I didn't post. I'm pretty sure I would have gotten canceled.
God, you're so worried about that, man. When you get people posting stuff like some people, I won't.
I
mention
know,
names.
but I've never posted something like that. So knowing my luck, I would get banned.
I think what's really funny about this shot is you got Mike in the foreground and then you got Boo in the background, but it looks like Boo like this is the face to Mike's
Yeah.
backside.
Yeah, it does. It looks like his mustache and his.
Like, I didn't know Mike had that face on his back. Yeah, good stuff though. Good stuff. I like this a lot. I
Yeah,
just
that's
want to
awesome.
click on it and take a look at it. Let's give a shout out to one of our new ones here, Jamie in the chat.
Jamie,
How you doing, Jamie?
hello.
Good having you here. And of course, Greg's in the house. What's up, Greg?
Greg.
Core nerd. Evening all.
Evening,
And there's League of Extraordinary Sixers again. How you doing?
evening.
Mark Attack in the house. Mark Attack. All right. This a Black Series one here?
Yeah.
That's a nice one
Actually, looking
too.
pretty good. I like that.
Really cool.
Wait, is that a Black Series you said?
Well,
Yeah.
Thor's.
Yeah, with a custom head.
Oh, okay. I was like, man, that's like.
Oh, everybody's got these custom heads.
It's kind of hard to see, but he is smoking a cigarette.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, I see it.
I was
Oh,
gonna
he's
comment
lighting
on
it
that.
off
Is it lighted
the.
with the lightsaber.
lightsaber.
That is
Yeah,
awesome.
It was my first picture of the year. I'm like, all right, here we go. That was my vibe for the new year.
Oh yeah,
That's
Castro.
awesome.
Thanks, man. Just went and followed and liked and subscribed. Yeah, make sure if you're not following Lost in Translation Photo and or League of Extraordinary Sixers,
Yes.
I have their information linked in the description down below, so you can make sure to follow.
Not and or and both of them.
And or
and
now.
both. Do it
No.
now. We'll give
do
you
it
5
now.
minutes. We'll give you all 5 minutes.
All right.
Cool
Let's
stuff.
let's move on now. Let's get going. Let's get
Yes,
back
yeah,
on.
because we got a lot to crack
Ooh,
through.
this is cool.
Oh well, we're not
We got
on this one. Pablo, you're supposed to go.
247,
Hold on. There we go.
Here we go.
Because mine for some reason when I try to show this is all cropped and
Yeah, I
weird.
don't know why it's cropping
So
yours.
Pablo's got to do this one, and then we'll go back to me.
Yeah.
So who is this, Pablo? Because I gotta go back.
This is Archer.
Hawk, right?
Yep, Archer Hawk.
Archer Hawk. For some reason, you have no comments for him, but I have comments.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm telling you.
Archer Hawk, Instagram does not like you today. Just saying.
No, I love the concept, man. I love the lighting in the back with the smoke coming out. That's awesome.
Mhm. It's always a good look.
Now
It
I
looks
don't
a lot
know.
better.
I don't know if
I
it's
don't know if it was
compression or
his-
what.
Yeah, I was about to say
But-
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, yeah, you're reading my mind about that, about the compression through Instagram. If that's
Yeah.
what's causing the fuzziness.
It's
Yeah,
Instagram is
it's just
definitely
like
doing something
basic
janky to
fuzzy.
it because when you show mine, that's what I see. So, and I'm not
Yeah.
zoomed in or anything. That's just what I see. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's weird that it's cropping it on yours.
Yeah, no matter what I look at it as, it's fuzzy. It looks compressed, super compressed.
Yeah.
Sadly, because it looks cool. Like, and even you
Mhm.
know what? Even his second, like the collaboration image looks compressed.
Yeah, it
I
looks
don't know what it
compressed.
is.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure what happened with his. It's
Maybe it's
And the
just a
fact that
low
I have no-
res, something happened to it somewhere along the line. He knows what he's doing.
yeah, and these images are not low res. When Iqbal sends them to us, they're high res. So yeah, it's weird that it's compressed on. Oh, went
But
too
the
far.
concept's cool. I like the green light.
Yes.
Um,
I like how they use all three different colors though. Like one of the rays coming out of the gun isn't green. I thought that was a good move.
Yeah, it is a good
Yeah.
move. It definitely pulls that attention.
I would say
to
that the I'm gonna get a little nerdy and say that the bolts. Who said that? What was that?
We're not getting nerdy.
The bolts coming from Vorga's gun should probably separate a little bit because she's aiming at us, and they're kind of going just on a parallel level. You know what I mean? And like if they were shooting out, they would widen towards us a little bit actually, and probably separate a little bit more.
Stuff like that always makes me nervous when there's supposed to be like a trajectory in a certain way. I'm like, am I gonna get this wrong? So I don't know, maybe I might start using like a string or like something just so I can know what it's supposed to be.
It's not a bad idea.
And then take it out.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
It's not a bad idea. Or I mean, you know, it's hard to like put a stick or something on there because it's like, you know, you gotta somehow like clamp it off the page or off the
right.
That's why I take those little model hand drills and get the smallest drill bit, and then I make a little hole on the end of all the weapons so I can use the Mezco effects, and that kind of helps with you know which direction the burst is coming through. So that way, if you want to do some effects in post, you have an idea of what direction that shot's going to.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
It can be really tricky in that.
Just have to devalue your figure, but that's okay. Yeah, it's for the art.
We're not buying them to sell them.
It's for the art.
I've been spending most of the day operating on a hot toy, so I know about it.
No, but good shot. This is a good shot.
Yeah, this is a great shot. Thank you, Archer Hawk. I'm
Skydro.
taking over again. Skydro Walker, man. Sergeant Slaughter is putting this beat down on whatever this guy's name is. I see Beachcomber or whatever. I don't know any of these people.
No, what's his name? Comedian. What's his name?
The comedian. I don't know.
No, it's not the comedian.
Oh, you're talking about
his name? The G.I. Joe. Just came out.
Bob.
God, we're sad. We're sad.
I can't remember his name.
Figure,
Chuckles.
I can't remember his name.
Chuckles, yeah.
Chuckles.
Chuckles.
That's what the chat said. Thank you, Toy Edic 40s and Machu Toy for the name.
Lord. Sad.
Controversial toys. So he did say, I had to do the same thing as people was saying about drilling out the ends of the weapons for my Ghostbusters Noodles photo. Damn.
Oh yeah.
What do you guys think of this?
I have to agree with Sonny, man. I love the atmosphere in here. It's just phenomenal. Getting that light beam.
It reminds me of like vintage 70s gyms where there's just one wall of windows. Like I love how the lighting was done, and I love how Sergeant Slaughter is just like not worried about him at all.
Oh, he's a great pose on him too. He looks so relaxed and properly leaning on those ropes. I like it.
Yep. Yeah, Jules, I agree with the light. It very much looks like just an old gym. Like it's not really lit up. There's daylight, so they're saving money, whatever. Or it's in an army barracks or something like that, and it's just blowing off steam type of thing.
I think one of my favorite parts of this lighting is the fact that you get the silhouette lit, ring stuff here. Like it's not really lit. It's just more of a silhouette of the posts and bags. And I love how that plays out because usually, I mean, your inclination is to try to light it, right? But to be able to actually get that shadow and be able to make it look like whatever it is and not lose it in the shadow.
Yep.
The other shadows.
And the flag on the wall kind of pulls it all together. I think if that wasn't there, it's kind of a transition between Sergeant Slaughter and Chuckles. You know what I mean? Almost like if it wasn't there, if it was just a plain wall, it would be a little dull, and I would want them closer together. But it actually fills up the space a little bit and gives it more of a story. I like the two guys that are watching the match. Because my inclination would be to like close this up a little bit and have it like a tighter shot, like almost him crossing over Sarge, like literally like move the camera to the right, but I like everything about it. So like that works, man.
I really like the line, like going back to what you said about the flag. Like you start the flag, go down to Sergeant Slaughter, then the L shape of the ring being on the turn just leads you to him and
Yeah.
then to the window.
Mhm.
Like the line is really good.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all the elements in here, like you said, Maz, with the corner post, it all kind of frames everything together, even though they're far apart. It does a good job of like containing the shot. So really nice.
Yeah, it's
I'm
good
gonna
stuff.
be a little controversial. I love.
Do it.
I hate the fact that it's off. It's crooked.
You don't like the
Oh,
Dutch
the
angle?
Dutch. You don't like the
German
Dutch?
Yeah.
Right. I think it's actually quite a beautiful photo because I obviously commented and I loved it. I thought it was great. The leading lines, the light coming from the window, the flag, everything was fine. And then the more I looked at it, it drove me crazy that it was crooked. I don't know why. It might be a hot take, but I felt like it would have a better impact if it was if all the lines were straight.
I absolutely agree with that. Not having taken that into consideration, I agree with that. I think it's we talked about this last week with Ian. I think was on the show. Ian his show's after this, by the way.
Yep.
So
Yep.
watch it.
You know, and it's gonna be the last one for a little while too.
Yeah, he's going back on the road. I'm just doing this. I'm just cropping it to see what it
All
looks
right.
like.
Well, while you do
But,
that, I want to bring a point of contention to what you're saying, though, Alexis. One thing I do like about the tilt, though, is that it really leans into Sarge's pose. Like it really just makes him so much more relaxed, leaning him back into that corner of the Dutch angle as well as on the post. I just feel like he's just definitely got this chill look, and that's where I think that Dutch angle is really servicing the picture.
This is like again, like if people don't want me to do this, just let me know they don't want me to do this. But
you do it.
Oh, the crop.
The crop mess.
It's still Instagram.
Yeah, so this is straightened out, and I got to be honest.
Wait, you're sharing Instagram. You're not sharing your Photoshop.
I'm showing Instagram. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
I did the wrong thing. Hang on. I was on the other thing. No, I said window, and oh, you know what? I did pick the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, boom. Yeah, but look at that. Like, I don't think it's bad the other way, but I
don't think it's bad the other way either. It's just that is just my neurosis. It was driving me crazy that it was crooked.
I like it crooked.
It's kind of like I think what we were talking about last week with Ian, and I agree, is that like if you're gonna do a Dutch angle, there should be a reason for it, and you should go for it. You know what I mean? Like if you're just gonna tilt the picture a little bit, there's no reason that this couldn't be a straight shot. And I think this looks great as well. Like there's nothing lost in this when it's just nice and even. You know what I mean? When these lines are like horizontally straight, and they're not quite actually, but almost very close. Yeah, I think it's just as good a shot. I know what you're saying about the weight a little bit, Maz, but and it works still. It's still a nice shot, but I think it actually
you still get the weight. I think
it's hard to say it's wrong. Yeah, his pose is great. I mean, these poses both are fantastic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're great.
The lighting is excellent. Everything is great about it. Tilt is fine. I just think it's unnecessary. I think you're right.
For me personally, I like the tilt because of there are so many straight lines that it makes it boring to me. And with it tilted, it kind of feels like I'm more actually there, like trying to see around somebody or something like that. It kind of puts me there more.
Interesting because I'm thinking of it now as like almost like this as like you're documenting this, right? There's somebody like I was thinking of myself as if I was taking a picture in this situation. This is how I would shoot it. You know, I don't think I would tilt the camera, but let's take it to an extreme and say, let's go like, 45 degrees here. It's not 45 degrees. That's about 25 degrees, but like, I don't think I can push it much more and really get this AI to really do a good job. But this would be more of a Dutch angle. You know what I mean? Like you got to push it a little bit more than just like 15 degrees. I think it's almost like have a purpose or it looks like a mistake to some degree.
Like if there was like backs of heads in the foreground, like in the front, if it's like you're on the crowd and you're kind of like trying to see.
Yeah, like this looks a little more purposeful. A little bit. I think I would have tightened it up if I was going to do this though, but like it's not bad. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's the lesson. I think you got to either go for it with the tilt or you got to straighten it out. But
well, we've definitely gotten two different sides, man. Two different sides. Controversial toys. To me, the tilt puts the focus on Slaughter, and then Machi Toy says the Dutch angle is supposed to make you feel uneasy, so I think it makes you root for Chuckles. Let's do a poll. How do I do a poll?
I like that take too.
Yeah, so
that's
do I.
just like my opinion, man. You know.
Yeah, Machi.
Yeah, but how do I do a poll? I want to do a poll now.
Oh,
You
don't,
got to
don't
do a
even.
cool poll in YouTube. You got to do it like you got to open up
Yeah.
YouTube and do it.
Damn it!
I might be able to do it. Hang on. Oh, I don't know if I can on yours though. I'm not have admin.
Trevor's not an admin.
There we go.
No, I can't do a poll. I can give you a super chat, but I'm not doing that. You can make me an admin. I'm in the chat.
Yeah, Maz. Yeah,
I
Maz.
started a poll.
Oh, I am. There we go. Oh, you did.
Tilt,
Okay.
straight on.
There you go. And
There
not
we go.
just. Well, are we talking about this photo in particular?
Yeah, just this one. This one.
Okay. All right. Okay. I
So
want to put them on the spot.
I just
a nice
thought we should have a little fun with it. You know, I mean, we sit here and talk. I want to get their opinions. Let's try to get them involved.
Well, wait a minute. You got German
But
tilt straight on, yes or
Yeah.
no?
Yes or no? You should have put. Yeah.
Yes.
You-
What's yes?
You worded this wrong.
German tilt, yes. Straight on, no. Yes, there we go. Everybody's like, wait. Let me
You
try it again. Hold on,
just
hold
could have put. All you needed was to put was German tilt and then yes or no.
Are we positive he doesn't have eggnog today?
I know, right? Are you sneaking some nog there in the background?
Start it again. There we go. German tilt, and then yes or no.
There we go.
Okay, there we go.
It's probably still in his system, to be honest.
Could be. I had a lot that day.
You had a lot that day. Yeah, you did.
This
So
is
there
the
you go. man.
Deutsch.
There you go.
And even after Jules left, you still had more.
Oh, it was tasty, man. I didn't care about getting drunk to impress people. I was like, this tastes good. I was like, nom, nom, nom.
Because Maz and I were still
Nom,
on there
nom,
for
nom,
another
nom, nom.
30, 40 minutes after Jules left.
That's wild.
Let's see. Mark says looks more POV like you're actually ringside having to look around someone. To get, yeah, exactly.
Yes.
As Jules was saying.
I'm rocking with Mark.
Jamie says both angles look good, but the tilted one grabs my attention more.
See,
Machi
this is
Toy says,
nice.
wait, I don't understand the
The
question.
golden triangles works out really well.
Well, I mean, the poll say yes. I mean, let's see if I can see. We're going to end the poll. We're good. Let's see what this
All right.
is.
Yeah.
70% says yes. It's to the German tilt.
Okay.
So, but I mean, again, do you know? It's all you.
I told you it's controversial.
Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. Harry O says, I like to see Chuckles tilted down instead of up.
Chuckles tilted down.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, that would be, you know what? That is actually like in terms of like using it for like to show the power of one figure over another. That's the way you would do it. You know, he would be down, Sarge would be up, but they're already in that position. I think a tilt that way is
he's already above him. Yeah,
it's look like they're gonna fall off. I don't know, just
I think the other way would the other.
It's a great shot. It's a great shot.
Yeah. The lighting's fantastic. I love the way the rays coming out through that window.
Yeah, but see, if you tilt it the other way, that light's not going to work right. It's going to be like it's going to make a V shape with the light and the tilt. So you don't really want to do that.
Oh.
I also think the tilt works a little better when you've got a tighter shot. Like again, like if I were playing with this, I might have moved the camera around to the right so that Chuckles, you know, you see Sarge, but he may be a little bit out of focus, and Chuckles is in focus, like, you know, wiping the blood from his face or whatever he's doing there. It's a great pose. And in that case, like if you've got a tilt like that, it's a little more imposing. Like that makes Sarge look like he's like really like over the top of him. You know, even if he's supposed to be far back, it's fine. He still just looks like he beat the crap out of him. But
Detentious says, I read the tilt as being from Chuckles POV, been knocked for a loop, lost his bearings. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Hachi Toy, also the light and the focus is on Chuckles, so I take it that he's the main subject.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Let's move on. We spent a good amount of time on that one, but it was fun.
Yes.
Let's
Yeah,
move
that was
on
good.
to Warforged JP. No longer Rider JP, but Warforged JP.
Throws me off because he's still signing at Rider Kick. JP on his thing.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. He still has that watermark.
His Warforged up here. So what?
An identity crisis there, JP.
I don't
Figure it
know
out.
who this is. Mark also, real quick on that tilt thing, says, with the tilt, I think it embodies the rule of thirds. Otherwise, would be straight on and cut into two.
But it's not
Digest that
really.
there while we
I mean,
look at,
he's sort of
Rider.
on the modified thirds, Chuckles.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not really
I
on
don't
the
know.
thirds.
Alexis, what do you think of Warforged JP here? We never get to hear your opinion on this. No. Shush. Not you. Shush.
This one is pretty simple, I think. I can't really say much about it. I like the red tones, the oranges. I think it looks really great. I guess the only thing I would suggest is that I'm sensitive to it is that when you're using another language that you may or may not understand, make sure you know what you're saying. Because you never know if you might offend someone. So just be careful. I don't know what it says. And I can't, my wife is not here to translate, so I can't say. But, just be careful when you're using stuff in another language. I don't know if JP knows.
Whoa. Yeah, I don't
see
know.
what it
Whoa.
says.
I thought you were talking about the kanji, but I just read the caption. Holy moly. Okay, yeah. All right, then.
I can,
No.
using that
I
text.
don't even want to read that part. I think she was talking about the kanji, and I think we should leave it there.
Yeah, I was talking about the kanji. I wasn't talking about the text.
Yeah,
I was
don't
literally-
talk about the text.
Oh,
Don't.
okay.
I was literally talking
No,
about
I'm
the
not going
kanji
there.
and the no,
The kanji says, "I love cute and fluffy bunnies
Yeah.
I was
They
talking
could
about
say
the
that.
and soy sauce."
Yeah, no, I was literally talking about the picture. Literally, I actually think it's a nice picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's great.
I'm hoping that they looked up the kanji and just
I hope so too. I just don't know what it
Something.
says, but I'm always very mindful if you're using
I
something from
understand
another language and you don't understand what
I
it
have some-
says.
kanji tattoos, and I bought a book on that stuff, man. I wasn't gonna leave that up to the tattoo artist to tell me. Like, yeah, that's what it means. No.
They ain't falling for that trick.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, my wife walks around all over the place looking at everybody's Chinese tattoos, and she's like, "Yeah, that's not what that says." Or it's upside. A lot of the times it's actually upside down. It's written backwards, upside down.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah,
I really like the color
It goes
of
left to right.
Yeah, the color is
I like
great
it.
on this. Mhm.
Yeah, I like the
I like
color grading as
Right.
well. I think it's great. I like it.
I think this is one of my favorite shots. It has. It looks very much like a trading card or a
Yeah.
poster, or something,
Yeah.
and I think he did a great job nailing that.
Yeah.
I
I
like
think
the
it's-
fact that he filled the frame, and there
Mhm.
isn't a lot of that background because the backgrounds are always a little, they work. He always makes them work in the shot. I just like the fact that it's a little more innocuous and it just is like a backup.
It's a tighter shot.
Color.
It's not blowing out the rest of
Yeah.
the image. He likes to do those ones that
Yeah.
blow out the image.
Yeah.
I even like the border around. I think it's wonderful. I think it's great.
Mhm.
Borders.
This,
are
I like the
fantastic.
poster of this, man. This would be cool.
Awesome job,
Very
JP.
cool.
So good stuff. Warforged JP, Rider JP. Raven Eye Studio 21 in the house here. We got is it Tibis? Tibonius? Tibus?
Tibius.
Zerabubus.
Oh, man, that one Templar knight gets lost in the background.
Yeah, everybody here is really dark. And they actually get lost on this
Yeah.
wall here.
If there's fire in the background, you would think there would be lit from behind. That would have a rim light of like oranges.
Yeah. So I would have gotten rid of that. Fire looks like a post effect.
Yeah.
I would have used like motivated lighting and had like an orange light behind them, like lighting up that wall, or I don't even know. Is that,
Yeah.
I think that's a
I don't know.
Do you think that's a screen? Part of that looks like a real dio, right? I mean, that looks like an actual wall
Yeah,
of
the stuff
something.
on the
right?
left side
Think?
looks like it's an actual dial. I don't know about the
Yeah.
brick wall right behind them though, because of the angle of the brick.
Yeah, I don't know. But either way, like even if you lit them from the back, you know what I mean? Just with
Yeah.
red, this would be because it's not a bad composition.
Oh man, I lost that other figure in the back also. Jeez.
Was this
Yeah,
guy
the
here?
barbarian.
Yeah.
What's that
The-
whole set of legions, deluxe legion builders and Tibius? Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of these post effect, BS AI flame things that you can throw, and that may be like a Photoshop AI thing, which is, I mean, aside from expanding your background, that AI is terrible so far.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to focus too much on the AI flames because we all can see that's an issue. But I think you already mentioned the issue I have too. This dark wall and these figures are all a dark mass behind Tibus, and you can't pull them off of. I mean, even when they're not on the wall, you get that dark sky up there, and yeah, you get this orange fire effect that kind of separates it, but it doesn't. It almost they're like a jumble of non-separated figures that just they need some backlighting.
They need some backlighting. Yeah. They need that rim light to separate them from that back.
Yeah, you need to hit them with some more.
I don't know it looks like the background ends at some point, and maybe they put in some like some stars or something to make it look like it continued.
Yeah, the top right, or maybe it's.
I would say
embers.
Yeah, with something like this, man. Like take, if you got any dio piece or rocks, you know what I mean. Just take rocks, do a black background just for now. You know what I mean, or. If you've got a screen or something you can put behind a grate, not everybody has access to like a TV that they can use for this stuff, but just black, like you can have black in the background and it can look like it's still night, you know what I mean? Like, and then just light them up from the backlight them with some motivated lighting. You don't have to have the flame in there. You could just feel like somewhere behind them a fire is raging and it's lighting up, their backs, their shoulders, their sides. It'd be nice because I like the way he's kind of composed these. It's pretty good.
I think Tibus looks great. If you just took everything else and did like the portrait of Tibus by himself, maybe with a little bit of background, that would be all you need. Because I think Tibus is photographed really well. He looks really good, in my opinion. I think the light hits.
I think the skeleton in the front looks good. I mean, the pose is a little.
Tibus? That's what I was talking about.
No. The next skeleton, the other skeleton on the right.
This one.
Yeah, I think those three look good. I think the other two are a little.
Well, you lose this
too out of focus.
Ogre, whatever, on this thing. He blends into this wall.
You know what? There's some light on his armor. I can see. Again, I think you're right. I would love some like kick light on this to separate him, but I can make him out. It's not like it's like hard to tell his the armor, the defining characteristics of his shape. Right? But the guys in the back.
Taking the temp down in Lightroom might help too.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a green cast to it, which you can correct as well. But yeah,
it's a nice concept. It's well lit. Yeah, it's well lit in the front. Yeah. It just needs that separation from the back so you can make out. And if there's a fire in the background, you would assume that there should be some yellowish red lights on their backside to cut, to rim.
And on their front side, there's fire right here in the foreground.
Yeah, but he's got a little bit of that warm. I mean, I would have probably bumped it up a bit more, but he definitely needs more of it in the back to separate them.
Good stuff, though. Good stuff. Thank you, Raven, for sharing that. Anybody else got anything for Raven?
Just stay away from those effects, those post effects.
Yeah, those post effects. Yeah.
All right, let's move on here. We got okay. I think we already went over that. Right?
Yeah, we went over it when we went over your shop. Yep.
All right, the Alpha Raptor in the house, man. Alpha Raptor.
Oh, it's a Transformer. That's what.
Yeah, Jules, since you shot that pizza Transformer, what do you think?
Wait, this is a Transformer. I've never seen this one.
Our resident Transformer person. Go ahead.
I have one Transformer figure. That can't be possible.
Well, that makes you the Transformer expert here.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, I forgot the name of this Transformer, but yeah, it's I think he transforms into a raptor or some kind of dinosaur.
Some Beast Wars
Oh.
thing, which I never did Beast Wars, so
Yeah.
Oh, I was waiting for Jules.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm just like taking it all in, and
Okay.
I-
Okay. You just got quiet,
She's examining it.
making sure you're still playing.
I definitely like how they laid everything out. Like they're conscious of like it's almost touching the top, and then the skull on the bottom. And I like how the raptor is veering out from behind. It's like they're kind of a team, and they're coming for us type of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like how they filled the frame. There's no like crazy lighting. You can see everything really well. But yeah, my favorite thing is how the raptor is posed behind them. Because it's
Yeah,
just like it
I
has an
kinda
epic kind of vibe.
I agree. I think if we take the transformer out of the shot and leave it with just the raptor, I think it'd be a beautiful shot. Like, I mean, I love the lighting on the raptor. I love the pose on the raptor. I even love where it is in relation to the foreground and background. And I think it should have just been the raptor. That's I don't know.
I'm very curious to see what this looks like in its other mode. This figure.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
It's interesting. This doesn't. I mean, I'm looking at some Alpha Raptors, other stuff. Like most of the time, I would say 80% of the time, he's got some really nice, dynamic, sometimes 2-color lighting. I like when he does sunsets and things like that. They do sunsets. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. This one looks a little flat. I don't know. I don't know
You
what it is.
take the transformer out. I think it would look good though.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, yeah, no, it does. It is a juxtaposition of things, of items, honestly, because like,
Mhm.
you know,
But
the
I agree
raptor
with you.
with
Bert. I think it's missing
Yeah.
like a little bit of because in the background, the image that he used in the back has the fog or some sort
Yeah.
of morning mist, I guess. And then the front,
use that.
it's very flat.
Yeah.
It's kind of like flat.
Yeah, it could have used. I would highly suggest, if you don't want to go out and spend X number of hundreds of dollars on the Smoke Ninja, but you can send 10% with the hashtag Pablo, right? I think.
Yep. P.O. Toba.
Or you
can't
can get the
actually do that.
Ulanzi for like $200 less.
It's free. Wasn't the Smoke Ninja like $250? I don't know, whatever.
Yeah,
Anyway,
$250.
you can go out and you can buy a $35 fog machine. You know what I mean? And plug it in, stick a hose on it, or just put it up on the table and hold it or whatever. Then that would be nice. It would blend it in a little bit better. But yeah, it's just something. It's like a kicker light, like a blue coming from the side or something. Just something to. I don't know. It's a weird. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it.
It just seems very flat. It's like a very flat photo. I think it's a great photo.
The pose is a little flat too. Like
Yeah.
something about his position of him. I would like to see him a little more, ready to charge or something like that. I don't know what
He's very rigid.
Do you think
Posability.
because the angle is kind of down, you want him to be? You want something that's more like up, so he seems bigger,
That might be it too. But it's
like
just
forward a little bit.
eye level
like-
with this guy. A little toyish is
Mhm.
what I'm getting at. I think.
Yeah, I think
Whereas
everything we
looking-
saw was take the transformer out and just leave the dinosaur in.
Yeah, but I mean,
I hate to say that, but that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, but he wanted to have that transformer in there, though.
Well, it's tough. It's not working. Don't be afraid to take it out if it ain't working. It ain't working.
well, if there's a way you
if
can
I
make-
were taking this picture and I saw this, I'd been like, all right, let's try it without him because I don't like his pose. Or I would have sit
but
there
what
and
if-
reposed.
what the assignment was to get them both in there, though. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure out a way.
Well, I would
I
definitely.
think he just.
play with his
I think
pose.
if he needed I think if he just added some more atmosphere in the foreground, it would have tied it in better. I think because it does. Because with all the fog in the background and not even a trace underneath the dinosaur, like the raptor, like it looks like it's out of place. It doesn't look like it belongs there. Like there should be.
But I think
more
Jules
of
hit
that
on
fog.
it though. It looks a little toyish because he just comes off as, I mean, it's a very plastic jointed figure, right? So like to make it look, maybe put that arm down so you're not seeing all those little pieces of, you know, connectivity and stuff like that, to make it look a little less toyish. Not that it doesn't have to look like a toy, it's going to look like a toy, but I don't know, just a more of a pose with his arm in front of him or something like that, and maybe his head opposed to the raptor, you know, on the other side in a sort of a, you know, a ready to run, ready to attack type of pose. I don't know. It's difficult without having this in hand, so I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
well, that's the other thing too. Yeah, it's supposed to be big.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Just the Transformer looks like a last minute ad monocle. And Mark agrees with me. Thanks, Mark. Somebody loves me.
Well, yeah, it would have. But what I'm saying is, like, yeah, that would have looked great. But he's trying to do it with the Raptor.
No, I get that. I get that.
Transformer. You know what I mean? So how do you make that work? I mean, it's not like it can't work. It can work.
I think if the Transformer was a lot bigger and the Raptor was like his pet, smaller, it could have worked.
So the problem is like when you're taking a shot like this, you need to be able to go back and look at it and go, all right, if I didn't know what any of these characters were, would I have an idea what's going on, or would I understand what story I'm trying to tell? And I know I'm not the best at always hitting that mark, and you know that's something we're all striving for, but that's something you have to think about when you're shooting these shots, because we're posting it for everybody to see, and if it's not easily translatable as to what the story is, what you're trying to achieve, then it's, you know, it's going to be just hard to understand.
Yeah, I mean, I love story. Like, if this is a hero pose, it's a hero pose. You know what I mean? Because this reminds me more of like a product shot. You know what I mean? Like, it just
it's
a
does
little
more
clean, that you can see everything that's going on. I mean, I would change some things for product shot, but what might have been cool to get these two together would be to have more of a striding pose on the Transformer, right? And then cut them so you're only seeing maybe from the chest up of the Transformer, and then the head of the Raptor as if he's walking with them, and they're all both walking with a purpose, and it's a low angle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of see them as almost as if it's his like Joel said, like it's his pet, or Alexis said it's his pet, and it's coming, you know, just something a little tighter to make them look more like they belong together, because they're just disparate type of figures. You know what I mean? That just, I don't know. It's tough to separate the look of one from the other one. I think something like that. There's something going on. I don't know what is.
All right,
but maybe that would work.
All right. Anybody else on that? Or we're moving on.
Nope.
All right. Alpha Raptor, man. Thank you so much.
And of course,
JP Rex, we got some Gazira.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, you guys were able to sync up. I'm very happy with you guys.
Yeah, right.
Mark
It's been a while.
Shot should work in storytelling even if you don't know the characters the figures represent. Yeah. Right. Dude, Godzilla. It's all, you know, all I got. What do you guys think of Godzilla?
Do you guys like that it's all blue, or do you wish that a little bit of the blue was broken up, like that maybe the train was a different color, or the background city had some more?
I do wish that the background was less purple blue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind that, you know, he's blue and the train's blue. I think the background would have been better served to be like a contrasting color, like a sunset city or something like that would have been cool.
Mm.
Yeah, a little bit of oranges and stuff, since if he went through there,
something
there should be some destruction in the background, like some, you know,
or, you know, make it black and white. This would be kind of cool.
Oh yeah, black and white would look nice for this shot.
It'll the classic Godzilla. You know, yeah.
The black and white though, the white parts would be too hot. I think
super hot. Yeah,
for black and white.
Well, I mean, they'd be as bright as they are here, which is, I mean, it worked. I mean, he's powering up, right? So I would have liked a little more contrast in those, but like I guess it works for that.
Just Jeff says, heard this dude is big in Japan.
Oh, God. Dad joke. I don't know. There's
I actually like it. I think it's cool. I just maybe a different. Just add another light to it. Maybe I don't know, but overall I like it.
Mhm.
I think it's okay. I think it's fine.
Mhm.
The
Sometimes
my
direct
thing, I mean-
angle on that hand is throwing me off because it looks like he has like no arm because it's so right at our angle.
Oh yeah,
If it was like a little more
bit, yeah.
forward, so we could see his arm, because I just
Little
go
bit,
right to
yeah.
that blob.
I actually can make it out. Like I can see the elbow and stuff like that. I know you're talking about like if you had just turned it in a little bit. So I'm thinking about this and like probably too deeply is like where did that train track come from? If the train is
The other
still
direction train.
rolling
There's
up. Well,
usually a
that's what I
third
thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. It's like it's a two track. Yeah, like he's just being destructive, I guess.
it's the moment right before the smash. He just ripped that
Right.
track somewhere else and is ready to smash this one.
I think I would have liked to seen his mouth lit up, like he's ready to, to breathe,
To
but
do his
not
breath.
quite.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not quite the whole thing because then you've got to sort of connect it, and I'm not sure that's working with the train quite. I mean, it's a tough thing to do to make an effect like that. You know what I mean? And it looks good, like in his mouth, it looks cool. Like I think
Mhm.
if it was just starting to, power up or
Form,
something
yeah.
like that, and you knew it was coming, and then
You're
maybe
saying-
tighten it up from the left and right. You know what I mean? Like crop it
Mhm.
from the left, crop it from the right, so that like it's more square. Like the train is there, it's telling the story, the track is there, Godzilla's there, and he's ready to fire, and it's a story. You know what I mean? Like you know what's about to happen here.
I
That's
agree.
all.
I agree with what you guys said at the beginning, though. It needed to be like a sunset kind of scene or something, though, just to get that contrasting orangish.
The
hues
background
and
looks a
everything.
little digital, and the angle isn't quite right for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It also kind of looks a little big for Godzilla. Like it should be towering over.
yeah, he's kind of small if the train's that big next to him.
Yeah.
But you work with what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
He's baby Godzilla. Baby Godzilla.
Maybe. Godzuki.
Maybe.
If you go back to the Matthew Broderick one, man, there was a whole bunch of baby ones. This one
Godzuki.
got away.
Monster Island, man, remember?
Monster Island, yep.
The
Little
worm
donuts.
guy. The worm guy. All right, JP Rex, man, thank you so much for sharing. We're gonna move on. No, we got a long way to go.
Yeah, we do.
Raven Eye Studio again.
Oh,
And
see,
we're
now
back
this
with
is,
one of the skeletons.
Oh, this
here.
is nice.
yeah, I like this a lot.
Skeleton looks great. Everything looks. I like here. I just kind of wish you had a backlight on him, just something to pull him off the background. Some.
Whatever light is shining on the blade, if
Yo, Adrian! Congratulations,
yeah,
Adrian.
congratulations, Adrian. Just a little bit of that bluish light that's on the blade, just on the backside a little bit, I think would have helped popped it out. But I still like it the way it is. Like it doesn't need it, I don't think. Because you
Yeah,
can still
What's
make
up
it
with that
out.
what's up with that left arm? What is going on there?
This one, the one going back.
He's dancing.
It's like this.
Is that going back? Like is his hand like this?
Yeah, he's
so.
like just kind of swaying. He's like, yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I got it now.
I don't know. I'm just making this all up, man. I don't know what I'm saying.
I like this. I don't necessarily. I mean, he's got a little bit of light that hits the pauldron.
Like just
in a
enough
couple
of it, yeah.
places. Yeah, it's like. Yeah, I mean, I
Like
personally
it works with the environment that it's in.
a little bit with a bounce or something like that, but it kind of works because the skull is the focus and it actually looks pretty good.
Yep.
With the light on
Yeah,
it,
I like
so.
the skull. I think the skull looks great. That's
Yeah.
like the part of it. Like, it looks like.
And the background is, again, like JP's shot, like interesting, but not, so defined that it's like interfering with your angle or anything like that. So.
The skeleton.
Yes, he is.
Yes, come in. This
Come on
way.
in.
Walk this way, sir.
Rest your bones over here.
I'll be like,
What do you guys
what's with the sword?
What do you ladies think? Anything? Anyone?
Anything to add?
Anything?
I would have
Hi.
liked to have seen light in the back off to the non-sword side, just a little bit, just very, very little, just to kind of distinguish what the arm is doing down there on the bottom. But other than that, I don't have much to say because it's the tone of it is dark anyway. So if you put too much light, it won't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish there was a little more fill light in the upper chest neck area.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a little bit.
He's got like a bumper down at the bottom, right? Looks like he's got a little light, like a low light down there. He just needed to bring that around the front, I think, a little bit, and it would have actually been cool lighting up the underside of the skull and the neck. It would have looked very evil.
Yeah.
So, I'm pretty happy with the skull itself. But
yeah. I like the light on the skull.
Good shot.
All right. Raven Eye, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. And of course, you guys, how you keep going? What's up with this? Shaman Predator again. Raven Eye. We're not going to spend too much time on this one because this is your third one today.
It's a third shot. Yep, that's a good shot though. Cool.
It's a good shot, man. Nice shot. This looks like it's a screen grab back here, but yeah, I love the Shaman Predator, man. I need to shoot more with him. He's great.
Fighting the owl bear.
All right, we'll move on though, Raven, because Raven,
this is a nice shot though, but damn.
How do you know? Yeah, I like this. This is very reminiscent of the movie, man.
Yeah, good shot. Well lit.
Actually, it reminds me more of Shadow the Vampire than actual Nosferatu here.
Yeah,
Willem Dafoe style.
Mm-hmm.
But, good stuff,
it's
man.
good.
Brick something. Good afternoon.
This is really nice. I like this.
Yeah, it's a very nice shot. This one's really nice.
Yeah,
I love the
one.
A little hot on the window, but not. I mean, not too bad. I like it.
All right, we're gonna move on.
Yeah, very nice.
Warforged. This is
the second shot.
Second one. Okay.
Yeah.
The other one was a stronger piece, I think.
Yeah, I think the other one's strong. This one looks a little busier.
Yeah, I'm losing what's going on here. This is like
I couldn't see where her head is at, but he's holding her arm.
Yeah, he's holding her arm. She's
drooping. Yeah.
This background is way too busy with the foreground.
This is where I run into trouble with Warhammer, man. It just like blends.
Yeah, so and it's all too much of the same color. If you were gonna have that busy background, it needed to really be your contrast.
Yeah, this is like a situation where I think his backgrounds kind of don't always work for me, and I think it's like if it's tighter, like you can't tell, like the angles look a little off, or they just look like they're too little for the environment. You know what I mean? Like they're kind of small where they're supposed to be kind of big. I think like that's a column over there, and it's like a kind of a Greek-looking column. Feels like he should be bigger in relationship to the background or something. But maybe they're not. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. But
wait,
yeah,
is this his head here? I thought that might have been his head.
No,
I think
the head
right
there.
His head at the top there. Yeah. These things are so freaking complex. Yeah. So
Nosferatu's indoor. It's safe. Moving on from Nosferatu, guys. Thank you for your concern, Machu Toy. Warforged, Jiffy, you know what we're talking about here. I mean, you definitely addressed it in the last shot where you muted down your background involvement. It wasn't so distracting, and you had a really nice, solid portrait photo. This one is you're getting a little too crazy here. You're just getting trying to shove a lot of information down our throats
or remove
the background that's just way too noisy.
I think if you would have removed the other two Marines, the other two Chaos Marines, it would have been better. But the other two Marines get lost. Like I didn't even know there was one behind the body that's dangling. There's one right there.
The field is way too far because I mean, she's not too far out of focus, and so you're really having a hard time figuring out where anything is because it's like a massive red armor, whatever, and then her. Yeah. She's not red. That's the only reason why you can tell that that's something else. She's not red.
I think if you could, I don't know if you can even get the arm any higher on these things, or I mean, I know they're a little limited in posability, but like if you could repose this somehow, like have him holding her from some other point around the throat or something like that, and closed in on that one, him looking at her, like holding her up, like this, and just did those two elements of it. I think it would work. But I think sometimes you don't need all that's going on here. Like, I don't know what is necessarily giving me more information than that
Yeah.
situation of him holding her as a hostage or as a trophy or whatever the hell it is. That's the story. You know what I mean? These other guys and the fire and the gun blasts and the wires, it's almost like overkill.
Yeah.
I don't like the flame effect in the eyes. It's just you can't make out the face at all now. You just like everything just.
It's got those big pillars in front of the face. It's they're so strange.
It's a weird figure. It's a weird figure. Warforged, man. Thank you so much for sharing, buddy. Moving on to salvage cargo, we got Dr. Doom Gladiator style. All right, good stuff, good stuff. And he's got some spray paint. What's he gonna do? And a microphone.
And a microphone.
And a microphone.
Is he on stage?
Oh,
Well, no,
it's MF
it's
Doom.
MF Doom. Yeah, it's MF Doom.
The MF
Oh.
Doom mask. Yeah.
Okay, this is pretty cool, man. I like this.
Right.
What do you guys think? I've been doing a lot of talking.
This one's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like how painterly it looks.
Mm-hmm.
Just the atmosphere of it is awesome. The little shine on his armor and the mic and everything.
Yeah, really good
I like the
lighting.
purple coming in over the shoulder with the green. Purple and green's a nice combo.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Gabriel! What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
This is good stuff, man. I like this figure. I'm very disappointed with the rest of my co-hosts that didn't buy it.
I bought it.
All well.
Well, then I guess Pablo and Mike.
I haven't
It's,
opened
not
it.
the end of the world. It's still available. I can still get it.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
No, it's available.
Find it.
No, it's gone.
Well, then I guess I won't get it, Maz.
Yeah, I guess not.
It's not the end of the
Well,
world. That's a nice shot.
I don't know where you got the gladiator mask from because that's not one that comes with him.
Well, no, that's MF.
No, that's
Doom's
MF.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's
rapper.
MF. That's a custom head sculpt, I think.
Do you not know the rapper MF Doom?
No, I don't, dude. No,
Yeah, he there was a rapper named MF Doom,
MF
and
Doom, yeah.
I only know about K-pop because they keep playing on the TVs behind me, man. I
No,
don't
no,
know
no.
about no
Passed
music.
away a couple years ago, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
I think he passed 2 years ago. I want to say
2 years
Or-
ago, I think.
Okay, damn. Yeah, that's-
Mighty Empire.
I think it might have been cool if you had like a spray paint, like on, like take a piece of glass and like actually painted like MF Doom like in front of him or something like that. That would have been
That
cool.
would be pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, some graffiti.
Like
like,
as if
shot.
he had spray painted, whatever, the camera or whatever. Kind of cool.
Good
But
stuff.
it's nice,
though.
nicely lit, beautifully lit.
Yeah, another light. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on. Next shot, salvage cargo. Thank you,
This is
Ryder
nice.
Warforged.
This is your third shot, though, Ryder. But yeah, this is
Yeah.
a nice shot, though, man. Damn.
Moving on, man. But you don't have any strong focus on either of these girls in the front. I'll tell you that right now.
You sure? Let me see.
Either that or there's a compression on the Instagram. I can't tell. But
Yeah,
It looks like it's on her medallion thing in the front. Yeah, that.
yeah, it's
Or
not
the
her eye.
I would maybe like in the Either
I will
or.
say this actually works with the background though. Like it
Mhm.
looks like it's on the same plane, and it actually works. It actually looks like they're there. That's
Mhm.
nice.
All right, moving on though, because you've had your own thirds now.
Yeah.
Darth Matter art in the house, man. We got some Ultimate
Yeah.
Mega Man, and we got some Yosagi Yojimbo.
Mega Man. That's a
this
nice
one.
shot.
I have a Mega Man. He's not this cool though. He's a
Oh,
big
they're looking under. Oh, okay. I was like, what the hell am I looking at? But now it's okay.
Commander Green says, I know the clone Commander Doom, but to be fair, he was modeled after Dr. Doom. Okay.
What is it? Is it the Witcher's monster that they're looking at?
I don't know.
Darth Matter, are you in the chat? Is he here today?
He was, I thought, or maybe, I don't know. He might
What do you
still
think,
have a hangover from last night. Man.
Yeah. What do you all think?
No, that's Dead Man. Sorry. Dead Man's got the hangover.
May I go?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So here's a classic case for me of I like the intention of the framing of the photo, but since I have no idea what the mass in surrounding the frame is, the story is lost on me. So the two, the two figures in the back, I'm sorry, I don't know who they are, but the two figures in the back I think are well lit. They're really nice. I think it's great. I would have probably preferred to not have all of that stuff in the front and then have that. It's just, I don't, from a viewer's perspective, I don't understand what the framing is for. It's not a bad photo, and I understand what they're trying to do, and I get it. But since I don't know what it is, it's just a big brown mass on top.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, what do you all
to have
think?
some of that in focus for sure. Like, you got the legs, but you're right. Like, more of that needs to be defined to give us an idea of, even if we don't know the exact monster, that it even is a monster. There's one leg that kind of like, oh, that's a monster leg, I guess, and then the rest of it is a big blur, unfortunately.
Because I really like the photo. I like the dio. I like the props. I like the fog. I like all of that. And and even without that figure on the top there, I would have understood, like, oh, they're trying to protect themselves from something. It's almost as if I didn't need it.
Go ahead, sorry. Yeah.
No, I'm finished. Okay.
I also think that, like, I don't know what this looks like. I know I've seen it, but I can't at the top of my head. But if that's like two legs, like, I would assume that the head is sort of in the middle of the frame, and neither one of them are really looking at.
I was going to say
I was going to say the heads are,
the head.
Yeah.
Or what I would assume was the head. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to make it feel like we're part of this picture, like there's something over here that's framing them, but they're looking off to the side.
Mega Man could conceivably be looking at him, but you
sort of, kind of.
You saw his head needs to be turned a little bit.
I was waiting to say that too. So yeah, good on you there. Good on you. All right.
But like Alexis said, the fog is really nice. The lighting's really nice. It's a good setup.
Most of it is pretty good too on the Mega Man's Canon.
You gotta sometimes, we say this a lot, you gotta step back and look, maybe even get the opinion of somebody else, that it's not just gonna be like no offense to, your friends, but you just don't want a sycophant saying, yeah, no, dude, it's great. Like, to really objectively ask somebody to objectively, do you know what's going on here? Can you tell what this thing is? Like, if you didn't know what it was. Like, that's.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah, go.
I actually do it with my wife all the time. She's my worst critic. I'll give her something and I'll let her look at it, and she'll be like, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. And I'll be like, okay, back to the drawing board. I was like, I understand. I get it. And I'm not, it's not doesn't hurt me or anything like that, because I want someone who doesn't understand what they're looking at to look at my photo.
Yeah, I tried that. My wife, she says all my shots are great. My daughter's a little more, and then she'll tell me, like, no, I don't understand it, Daddy. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I'll go back and do it again.
Yeah, you have to show her the girl on the rocket,
did you? You didn't show her Theo on the rocket, did you?
No, I would never show her that.
You got to get that friend or spouse. If your spouse is willing to be, brutal, then that's great. And it doesn't have to be brutal. Like, you just want somebody to be honest with you. I've run things by people, and it saved the picture. It depends on how many hours you spent on this, whether you actually want to hear criticism or not. Like, because if it's been 3 shoots in like 3 days, like, you might want to just somebody to say, hey, it looks great, man. That's great. If anybody, but I've done that, and people have saved and made my photos better. Nate Strong did it for me on one shot that made the shot, like, just one little turn, like one little eye connection was all I needed to look a lot better. So yeah.
Sometimes I'll do it a little bit, like, right before I take the picture. I'll set it up, and I'll have her come in and look at it and tell me what she thinks about it before. I won't even tell her anything. I'll just tell her, like, look at it and let me know what you think. And then she'll give her own suggestions on what she thinks she should see. And then I'll see if it works with my vision. And then I'll kind of combine what I want and what she says. Sometimes she's always right for the most part, because she's looking at it from a different perspective, because we're always our worst critic in our head.
Yeah.
We have an image. Go ahead.
Any of this stuff? Like, is she into, like, does she know the characters that you're shooting and stuff like that?
Sometimes she does, but I feel like for her it doesn't matter. She's looking at my story, and she wants to know what the story I'm trying to say, and if it makes sense, because then I feel like that's the best way. For the most part, she does know, especially the Japanese style ones. She'll know, she'll understand the intention. The Star Wars ones, she'll get it. But other times it doesn't really matter. It's like I just show her what I'm doing, and I was like, this is what I see in my head. Is it working? And then she'll tell me yes or no. Like the Chinese New Year one, actually, with the portal that I did.
Yeah.
I had a different idea with the dragon, and she looked at it and she goes, "No, the dragon needs to come out of the door." And I said, "Oh, I like that. That works."
There you go.
Rock on. All right. Darth, man, yeah, I agree, man. This is a nice setup, though. I just kind of wish we could get a little bit more idea what's going on with this. Thank you so much for sharing.
A little more depth on that, and then like stick a white card underneath it just to kind of like give it some definition, and it would have been a good frame.
Underneath the monster.
I just realized it's more cropped in your screen, Moz, I think.
Well, look, I can't do nothing about this, man. I don't know what's going on. It doesn't seem like it's more.
Oh,
cropped.
no, it's not.
Yeah, no, it's not. Never mind. Yeah, it's
I'm
because
playing my emotions, Smokey.
it's just the chat on the bottom blocked a portion. I was like, wait a minute, is it more cropped?
Yeah.
Marketex is I often ask friends to tell me which edit of a shot they prefer, and they
That's a
often
good
say
idea.
they can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
I sometimes do.
Try
share
new
my
friends.
shot before.
What I hate is when you send the shots to your friends and then nobody's around to like comment, and then you take your stuff down, and then they comment like the next day, and they're like, "Hey, you should do this." And I'm like, "Fuck you! I've already passed that. We're not going back to it now." That happens to me constantly.
I do that on purpose.
All right, Darth Matter, thanks for sharing it, man. Toy Addict
Oh,
40s.
damn.
You got an awesome Mythic Legions looking shot here, man. Some crazy stuff going on here. What is going on with these photos?
I
This
don't
is
know if the-
cool. You guys, jump into it, man. Go for it. Just pretend like this is the ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese. Jump in.
I'm trying to look at it if it was a vertical photo. It's kind of cool. Flip the other way.
It's hard to get your like footing as to like literally like where. I mean, I think he's leaping, and I think he's taking that mace, and it's kind of a mace is a tough thing to sell in terms of like the motion of it sometimes. Depending on which direction it came from, like his arm is straight out. It's not like it's coming across like he's come from this side, and it's not like this, like he's come from that side. It's just kind of sticking out there. But I love the light coming from behind him, sort of framing him. I like that angle. This is where I think a Dutch angle kind of works. I think I would have liked to have the skeleton like a bit lower in the frame, but it works, man. I mean, I like it.
I do like the spot of that orange light on the lower part of the helmet, like that glare right there adds a nice little touch to it. But I don't know if the pose is something about the pose is throwing me off. I don't know if that's
he had to have come down like this with it because the skeleton's head's facing us.
Yeah.
If he had swung, it would be the other way.
Well, it's another thing with the helmet, and I think you could turn that. It's not facing the character that he's striking, right?
Yeah, it's facing the head of him instead of the.
And my only other big thing is like that big swath of shield. I think I would have put that shield either behind or down or turned it so that it was forward or something, or left it out altogether. It's just it's kind of a big block.
Yeah.
So, Trevor, you touched on this with the pose of the flail or the mace or whatever. So when you're utilizing these things, the whole point of these weapons is to have momentum. So you're twirling it before you hit it and all that kind of stuff. So typically, unless you're in a big melee where you're just it's impacting every time you throw it somewhere. The mace chain itself should be fairly straight because you're going to have a lot of force with that. It's not going to have a lot of wave in it. You may see a little bit of departure from that straightness right there by the ball.
I think they have the chain breaking.
No, the chain's just going here.
Right there.
Yeah, it's right. It's broken there.
On him?
I think they were photoshopping that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not broken. It's
broken.
Snow effect on top of it.
It looks like a snow thing. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
But typically, though, when you're swinging this around, man, I mean, these balls on these things are actually really heavy. So if they got the momentum with that mace, you're going to have pretty much a real taut chain, and maybe maybe a give from when it actually impacts. But depending on how they hit with the impact, if they hit full on with the ball and not any of the chain, you could possibly hit something and the person falls with the hit before the ball even reacts and makes that chain give any slack at all.
I think if he had the arm back more, because it looks like he swung it like
he swung it overhead.
down.
What it looks
Yeah, he
like. So he didn't
swung-
have that
swung it-
It
force.
looks like he's coming down, like Jules said, I think, like, and that kind of works, that it would have smacked and maybe started to like break, the chain, not break, literally break in half, but maybe that's the case. I don't know. But like it would, the tautness that you're talking about would break. But there's like it's so heavy, like it's gonna pull your body. Like if you're coming around, like your arm is ahead of it and the mace is behind, because you're pulling that and throwing it basically on that chain. So your body's going to be torqued like this, and the mace itself is going to be back here. You know what I mean? So if you've hit somebody who's directly in front of you, your arm is going to be like way over here, past your face, because you just swung it at them. I mean, sometimes you could impact or whatever, and it's straight out, but yeah, it's just, there's got to be some sort of like, torque to the body. He's got a little bit of torque on the body, though, I gotta say.
Yeah,
I just don't know if it matches the position of the thing, but it looks, I mean, it comes off looking pretty cool.
I can see that the impact was already there. Like it already hit him, because you can see the blowback.
Yeah, which explains the slack in the chain.
Right. But I think, for me, I think that arm should be back more. If he swung that over, since he has the way he has the shield like this, he had to have swung
be like
this
down.
way.
Yeah, he'd be like way out
he
here.
swung it down, so that arm should be back here because of the momentum that thing takes to swing.
It's like a baseball swing, right? You're not gonna hit the ball and stop.
Right.
It's gonna follow through.
Yeah. So the arm
I think
would
it's
have
the
been back
follow-through.
like this.
Yeah.
It's the follow through. Yeah.
But I mean,
other than that
chain, harping on us. So I think it's a really good shot.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's the
I
lighting.
love the colors here. I love the lighting here. I
the
don't
color's
know
beautiful.
if I agree with the angle per se, but I do like the colors and the lighting in this shot. Toy Addict 40 says the mace has already hit the skeleton.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You can see the impact was already there. You see the blowback from it, but I think the follow through of the arm needed to go back.
It's tricky.
Zigzag Zoom says might be another interesting view of the ball. The mace is past the skull and at the lower right of the pick.
Like blurry. That'd be cool.
All the way
like
through.
That would have been coming over from his left hand side to the right and striking him through
all the way across. That's
may have also been the case too. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
But the lighting's awesome though.
Mm-hmm.
So I have so I'm curious, because the main figure with the mace is pretty much completely in focus, but the other skeleton is not in focus. And it almost looks like it was done in AI, because half his body is missing. Fine, it's a skeleton, but where are the legs? So which is why I'm a little bit not confused, but that's what's disconnecting me with this photo, because the two figures are pretty much in line with each other. So therefore, if you the same aperture, all your settings should match. There's no reason why the skeleton on that other side.
The lower part of the armor, the skeleton's in focus, so it's sharper than the shoulder pauldron for sure.
That's because it's closer to his knee.
To the knee. Yeah.
So that's my only thing.
I would have increased it a little bit. There, I do see the leg. The leg is in the low. If you look in it's cut off at the calf, like it's at the lower left or lower right.
Okay.
It's there. I don't see the arm. I guess the arm is, that's the top of the armor. I think the arm is also going off camera, which I think I would have changed as well. Just had it
like he's like twisted, like
just bent at the elbow, so you could see the arm a little bit, even if it is like torquing back, like have the front of it like down there or something like that. But I know what you're saying. It's a little confusing to make that out, but I guess I don't mind the skeleton being out of focus necessarily, as long as I can make it out. Yeah, but
it's good stuff though.
Could have been nice. Could have been nice too. But it color-wise, man, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing it, Toetic. Appreciate it. We'll move on to Commander Green.
Ooh, dinosaurs. All green going down that rabbit hole.
did this one already. But
No, we did a similar one, but it wasn't Commander Green.
But it wasn't this one.
No, it was not this one.
All right. I like this a lot, though. I want like a little bit of turmoil, not a whole lot, but just a little bit of ripples in the water, just like a breeze came through, kind of ripple. But that's hard.
No, but it could be a calm day, no wind.
And but what's irking me is just the way the shallow water is reacting to this, because that's not quite natural. This, I mean, it is obviously in the camera. This is how it's happening because he's got this in the water, but like the way this is sitting, it's kind of bugging me. It's what happens when you aren't really submerging. I don't know how to explain it. It just looks weird.
So I like it. I
you
love
put a little bit of waves in the water from like a breeze, and
I just love the stillness of the water with the reflection.
Yeah, I do like that too. But I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I give up.
I like the composition. I think it's really nice. I like the reflection, and the room over on the left-hand side is really nice. It's really nicely composed. I mean, I don't look at it so much. I mean, again, like you're shooting a little top-down on a toy. I think everything is in scale. There's nothing here that really looks. I mean, you can make the case that some of the water,
that's what it is,
pooling around things, kind of gives it away. But I don't care about that because, like I can even look at this and go, "Oh, that's a great like toy shot." You know what I mean? Like I know it's a toy. You're not fooling me necessarily, but it's just a beautiful image of the dinosaur toy. You know what I mean? I like it for that reason.
I couldn't think of the term, and thankfully, Commander Green got to me. He said, "Yeah, it didn't break the surface tension." So that's what I was going for. The surface tension.
Oh, with the mouth? Yeah, but
no, on the foot,
the mouth too, but the foot is the big culprit here.
No, the mouth looks fine because you can see a little bit of the ripples like it's drinking, but it's the foot. You can see where it dips, like the water doesn't look natural there.
But hey, man, I love it. Anyway, JP Rex, Commander Green is now one of us. Crimson Viper in the house, man. What's up, Chris? How you doing? We're gonna get you back here soon. Yes, we're doing great, man. Doing great.
I really like this. I think it's adorable.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
This is a blind box minifigure. Okay.
The feet don't really bother me that much because it's like, when you step in a ton of mud and right when you step in, you just sink and then all of a sudden it starts flooding in. Like that
Water
just reminds me
in,
of like right before it floods in, like you just kind of just stepped in it. And I love how the mouth is like just touching the water. I don't know. I really like it.
I love the colors here and the lighting. It's really nice, man.
See, I like the dinosaurs.
And I like the stillness of the water.
Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
No. That's it. It's nice. It's just a nice, calm, well composed photo. It's nice.
I hope you're just as zen while you're taking it as you were as delivering it, because
it's making me.
If this thing fell over a lot and made you mad, then I'm sorry. Commander Green, thank you so much for sharing. Move on to JP Rex. More dinosaurs.
Dang, that's a cool raptor.
Yeah,
that's nice.
I love that red eye.
I like the moonlight vibe it has.
It's a very darkness out there.
This is on point moonlight right here. This is really nice.
It was a puddle in a driveway, huh, Commander?
That's great.
This catch light on here, just really, really done well. I mean,
I could honestly do without those these flowers and have it just be the ferns.
Yeah,
I was gonna say the flowers. Yeah, I probably would have done without the flowers, but I do like that everything's in scale with it.
Yeah,
I do like that it breaks the straightness of the ferns in front, though. It looks a little more natural. It could have been anything. It didn't have to be the flowers, although those are nicely in scale, I think.
Yeah.
I just like that it kind of goes up a little bit and doesn't just go straight across.
Yeah.
That's like might have been the thing with that Godzilla thing.
Is that blue a little bit too saturated though, or is it look good?
No, I think it's good. In
the background, I mean, that feels like in the background through the trees. You mean?
Yeah, I can't decide whether or not I like it or I think it's too saturated.
I think it looks like a very you know, it's like 9 o'clock in the summer or something like that. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of twilight left. I think he
JP
did
Rex.
a freaking great job of the moonlighting, though, man. It's
Yeah.
really, really good. And he looks like, I don't know if it's the figure. I mean, the shininess of the figure looks like it's kind of I hate to use the word, but you know, he's got some moisture on his skin. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Reptilian skin kind of thing. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I like the way he's looking up at the moon, and it tells a little story. Like maybe he was like just munching on some leaves, and something attracted him.
Looking
like
at the birds up in the trees.
Yeah. How many times can we get the Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas? So
I don't know, man. I had to watch it this Christmas though. It was on streaming. I was like, I gotta watch it because I was talking about it. Do you have any more of these little flowers though? Because I think maybe if you put some off in the distance in the foreground, or not the foreground, but in the distance, like over in here, just to kind of break that up a little bit. That might have been nice to kind of at least tie it so it's not like, oh, what's this one-off flower thing? Like maybe just. It looks like you might have had some over here.
Yeah,
in this corner, but you can't see it because my mouse is down here.
I don't know if that thing on the left is something before he's got like a digital backdrop or whatever. But it's a nice blend with the background, is what I'm getting at.
Really nice.
Like, doesn't look flat. It looks like there's a lot of depth here between him and those trees back there.
Yep.
I just love the lighting on, like the moonlight lighting on his face. Like I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
I think it looks really good.
So this is a perfect example of having all that blue and then you cut it with white for the actual light. So no digital background this time. He says all props.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Nice, JP.
What's the blue in the background then? Is that just a piece of car or something like that, or
that would be what I would do? Yeah. We'll see.
Nice.
Commander Green now needs more dinosaurs. JP Rex, help him out. Hook him up. All right, JP Rex, thank you so much for sharing. Let us know about the background. We're gonna move on to the next shot. Alpha Raptor.
In about a week.
You guys were able to sync up this week, or whatever week you guys posted this. This was what, 2 weeks ago. 6 weeks.
Cool. That's a nice setup.
6 weeks. We are so screwed.
I'm telling you.
You guys are never gonna catch up. Never.
No, not happening.
We would have to do a 4-hour stream and maybe make a dent.
Yeah,
I think we should do that.
Yeah,
I like the scene, man. I like the scene, but her arms are killing me. I know she's a 5-point figure and there's no elbow articulation, but I kind of like maybe you should like paint it like a cast on her, like one of those casts you see the cartoony kind of thing where they can't move their arm. Maybe you should have done something like that. Put that big cast where they can't move their arms, because that would have made more sense.
I forgive that stuff when he's doing these toys. Like it's like these. I know the limitations of these toys.
I forgive it. It's just funny.
What I want to know, is that a toy dinosaur or is that a chocolate dinosaur that she's running for?
Oh, or is it a real dinosaur? I don't know with these little 5-point figures. I have no idea.
I don't think it would be too keen on being held like that if it was a real dinosaur.
Yeah.
Piece of blue paper you had on hand, by the way, for the blue background there.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Mark Attack. I didn't get the memo on the dinosaur theme. Yeah, well, that was 6 weeks ago. That's why.
What is about the running pose? Like you could have made this a little more realistic by having that front foot out a little more, or heel up. You're gonna have to put it on a stand, and you're gonna have to either Photoshop that out or hide it.
Yeah.
But as soon as you got 1 foot flat like that, it's very difficult to convey like a long stride. It just looks odd. It looks like somebody's
I like how she's mimicking the motion of the dinosaur in the background. Like
that's great. I mean, the whole museum look is perfect. I don't know what he did for this, but like and then the stand, it's got the bones on it or whatever. It really, he's selling the lighting in like a museum.
Yeah.
It's really good. That.
I like this though. I like this Alpha Raptor.
Yeah, it's a good shot, Alpha. Yeah. It's a fun shot.
We synced up pretty well with Commander Green to have a little dinosaur. Yeah, you guys did, man. Just awesome. I said my first JP shot last week. Funny how it seems to be the theme. Well, I'm gonna still put my dinosaurs in. I can't be. I'm not a conformist. I can't do it. Alpha Raptor though, thank you so much. Raven. Oh my God, more reptilian sores. Raven Eyes, you've already had a few.
Yeah, that's a nice shot too.
It is a cool shot. It is a cool
little
shot.
blue.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of blue. Yeah, a lot of blue, but it's still a pretty cool shot though.
Yeah.
Cut that
Good
blue with
stuff,
some
man.
white, like we just talked about, or some orange. Have some flames coming underneath, you know, like or the idea that there's something on fire below them or something.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
yeah, that'd be good. JP Rex says, Moz, Jurassic Park photo talk win. Good stuff. All right. We'll move on. Thank you, Raven Eye. All right. Archer Hawk with your second
like
shot.
this.
Here's
Oh, this is nice.
a little BTS thing to it as well. So yeah. Yeah, here we
It's a
go.
big X.
He's got his dude on the doggy thing, and yeah.
It's
They're
a
doing
nice
the
head
doggy.
scoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I don't know who that. I think that's Wolf
Very
King
nice.
Customs. Yeah.
Oh my
Sorry.
God.
Sorry.
mine.
Oh, you're fired. You're totally fired.
I was like, that wasn't mine this time.
That's it. You're fired. Okay.
It's okay. It happens. My little dog barks every once in a while too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was, but he was sitting like right next to me because I'm
Yeah,
eating
back.
like cheese and crackers.
Ooh.
I have noticed that this has come in handy.
So yeah, on with Archer Hawk, man. This is 3 weeks ago. So apparently somebody retagged an older photo is what that 6 weeks was.
Oh, okay. No, this is a nice shot though. I do like the atmosphere in the background.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
gives
it's really-
it that what's that word? Not ethereal look. What the, I can't think.
Mystical.
There you go, mystical. I was like, why can't I think of the word?
Yeah, this is really nice.
The lighting is nice. Like he's got the blue and then he's got the white to break it.
Mhm.
Which is, yeah,
He's got a
it's-
little kicker behind them too,
Yep.
just to give that an edge. It's really, really well lit.
Mhm.
I like the setting. I like the way the fog is sort of, more smoky than. This is really nice. That's really like the shot. Is his head in focus? It is, right? Or
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
it- is it
It's just
compressed?
there's a little
Yeah.
bit of fog right in front, so it kind of throws it off a little bit. But no, it's
It looks
in
like the
focus.
axe is very.
Yeah, I was
Sharp.
gonna ask
Not
that too.
sharp.
The X does look
Focus.
very detailed though. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if.
Because I couldn't,
It
yeah, I couldn't tell
off.
if it was a fog. Like the shield, I think is like more in focus, not the head. But with my recent
Yeah.
experience with fog, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, you got to lock
Whoa.
that focus if you're going to use fog. You got to lock that focus.
Yeah, you got to
'cause
look that focus.
the focus will, focus on the fog. And not
Autofocus.
on
Yeah, autofocus would eat that up. Yep.
Man, this is, really, really nice, man. I like it. I hope it's in focus. Even if it's not, it's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell with this light in my face, but I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's a good shot. Good job, Archer. Good job.
Good,
great
good
stuff,
composition. Really like the composition.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice tight shot, nice tight crop.
Mhm.
It's great. Yep.
We're gonna move on, man. Next one, we got Jed Seth and Xersei Studio. I don't know who any of these people are, but this guy's walking towards this thing. Oh, okay, collab people. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, those are skeletons. Oh, nice. I just realized that.
The skeletons, and he's like gonna go in there and ask for
For
an
directions.
autograph. Yeah. Directions, yes.
Directions.
Maybe I should have made a left in Albuquerque.
It's like, do you know your way to Rome?
This
They
is
know.
Sparta. Oh shit.
Suck eggs. And say, come on, throw me a bone.
Throw me
I like the lighting.
It's a
on
long
this
way to
thing.
go for a bad one.
Really nice lighting. You can just tell that
Mhm.
these guys are skeletons, so your depth of field's not too bad. I like that choice. I'm trying to figure out what this red's all about over here, though. Usually you would think like a reddish would be more of an orange because of fires or something. This kind of setting. I don't know what would be red. Given this red light.
I like
or
it
something.
though. It's mystical.
I'm not saying I don't like it.
It's
saying I don't
fantasy.
know
It's almost. Yeah, no, I know. I get you. But like with fantasy, like you could forgive a lot of like, colors and stuff like that. Because I don't know. I always look at these things as like fantasy paintings, and like Frazetta, like his skies were like, multicolored yellows and
Mhm.
greens and reds and stuff. It really wasn't anything realistic. So somebody throws this into a fantasy pick like that, I'm not really too fussed about it. It's a good story, man. I like it. I think it's really nicely done. Except the walking pose.
I was wondering
Sword.
that too. I think
Yeah,
the
that
sword,
arm's in the wrong place. That arm's got to be swinging forward. If
the
that
sword arm
right,
should be forward.
Yeah.
back.
Good
Yep.
catch on that.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like the left arm is kind of back, but not enough. He's not striding the right way. You got to watch that stuff. That'll throw it right off. Because I kept looking at him, I'm like, what's going on? There's something weird about the way he's walking. That's
Yeah,
what
it's
it is.
the arms in the wrong position.
His arm could be swinging because he's maybe just holding the other sword back, kind of behind him a little bit, like cautiously ready to swing it. And maybe that's what his walk pose is.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
that
consciously
thing is
holding it
still-
back, I suppose. I just think the position of the other arm should be back then again too. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because you can't, you have to. It'd be hard to like force yourself to walk like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but if it's back, then both of them could be back like this. You know what I mean? Like he's ready to like come at them, and he's just walking, literally holding his arms backwards or something. Towards the back of them. But this looks like he's kind of striding up on them. To, like you said, ask for directions. I guess I don't know. Doesn't really look like forceful, like there's a real battle going to happen here necessarily.
I keep looking at it and thinking, like, what if it was a vertical photo that started from like maybe even just the very side of his head, his shoulder. It was just like his arm coming in the sword and just his foot, and it was more shot from the space between the bottom of his fingers and the grass, and then it could be
really
like
cool.
like more of like a tilt, and then the
Mhm.
skeletons were the more in focus because they seem to have a lot more going on than he does. Because then it just eliminates the walking. He's going to take care of business, and we see them, and you're like, they're in danger because we're not seeing much of him. So it kind of like lends
that's
to
the point, because there's a lot of you're seeing a lot of not even that it's just like there's less interest, but like that's a good point. Where's the story here? Because like this is always a matter of like, where am I going to put my focus? Is it on the character in the background? Is it on the character in the foreground? Well, what is the thing that you want people to notice in the audience? Like if he had a sword behind his back, like as if he was coming to surrender, but he was reaching, for the sword that was stuck, in his belt or whatever, then that's the story and that's what you want to focus on. But it's out in the open. Like, so maybe, something like that would be cool, Jules. Like if you
I think
did like a worm's eye view and you did it and you just saw his leg moving.
Yeah, that'd be
like that
Stuff
space that's
through
right
the
there. That's
sword.
what you're shooting from, and
Yeah.
the sword would break the picture up, and then they're in that
Right.
space.
Yeah, that would
Right.
be
And the
dope.
skeletons look a little more like they're ready to battle. Then then there's a story. Like now we get it. Something's about to go down. Like right now, like you said, he could be, it could be a truce, I guess. They could be, calling a truce.
Homework time. Homework.
How much that is.
Homework. Reshoot.
That is, but I'd love to see you do this again. Yeah, because it's not a crazy difficult setup. It doesn't look like. I mean, I know lighting wise it might be, but like I'd love to see this again from like, the angle that Jules is talking about. It'd be cool.
Yep, I agree.
All right.
Okay.
That reminds me though, what I want to do, guys, is you can start now, but later on in March, I want to go over toy reshoot. So I know I'm doing a reshoot. I'm planning a reshoot today. And as I was saying backstage before we started, I'm really bad at giving assignments and then following through unless I already want to do it. So this is what we're going to do. I'm reshooting a shot that I did early on in my photography career. Not that I've got a career of it, but you know what I mean. So I'm going to reshoot it. And I thought this would be a good opportunity to have us all try to do a reshoot of something that we've done before. So when you do this, not only hashtag toy reshoot, of course, tag toy photography talk, and in the do the carousel, have your new shot, and in the carousel have your original shot, so that we can see the differences. I would like to see that, guys. A little homework for. We'll probably come back to it at the end of March, much like right now. So.
Well, then that means we have to do a 4-hour stream to get over all these photos, so we can do the new ones. So
Well, we got to do that now then, because I can't do it next week because we got Shogun starting next week.
Oh, Shogun, that's right. Shogun.
So, although I thought
Where's that?
Shogun started on the 24th. Why does my wife tell me on the 2nd?
27th.
Is it 27th? Okay. Well, so yeah, guys, make sure you want to participate. There you have it.
It's a cool idea. Yep.
Toy reshoot, and
I might participate in that.
I've already started building diorama stuff for my reshoot because my original shot didn't have any diorama stuff in it. So yeah, good stuff.
I mean, reshoot the one I was unhappy with recently.
Yeah, it doesn't. You don't have to go back as far as I'm going back, but yeah, go back and grab something you want to redo and redo it. Jed Seth. Anybody else got anything for Jed Seth?
Nope.
No. All right, moving on then. Thanks for sharing that, Jed.
Oh, I thought you were moving on and it wasn't working. I was like, what the hell's going on?
Look,
Yeah.
League of Extraordinary Sixers, but we already kind of went over this one today.
No. She needs to critique it herself.
Okay, yeah. It's your turn, Lee. It's your turn.
Pick it apart. Go ahead, Alexa.
Tell us what you really think.
That's beautiful. This is a beautiful job.
I was actually really proud of this one. There's
That's
I'm
great.
starting the scale of like more that I'm proud of versus the ones that I'm not is getting closer. So I
Nice.
think for every like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 that I do that I can't stand, I'll get like the one. And so I'm in that weird phase where this is the one. And then so I really like this. I kind of had it in my head for a little while. So it took me 2 days to do it, only because I was trying to figure out the fog and figuring out where the sun was coming through the window. So even though I had a light there, I wanted to make sure I got the natural sun coming from the window. And I also I struggled with trying to figure out if I wanted the pagoda in the back to be in focus versus like her. But then I realized if I angled it, it was going to be a little bit better. Like I got everything. I was able to get the screens in the back, the fog. That's why I did it that way. So that way you see everything and you kind of get the point that she's just in a meditative state, really. And I was hoping that the fog wouldn't take away the shadows and the light that was coming through and the wisp and stuff like that. Because I had another shot where the fog was only on the floor. So I had asked Pablo's opinion whether I should keep the surrounding fog around. So, and I chose black and white because I feel like it took away, you saw all the lines and it kind of made it you're forced to look at everything as opposed to the color getting in the way.
No,
I even like the some of the, the shape of the pagoda actually kind of plays with the shape of the leku, the shapes under leku too. That's kind of cool. Like a little connection.
Yes.
I gotta add this though, unless this is a mistake. So it looks very bright in there, right? Where you're shooting. You've got natural light and you've got a light on there. Your settings say ISO 1000.
So I was trying to figure out, so when I was looking at it, where's my BTS? So you see that Canon that you're looking at there? That's a 200 millimeter with an extension on there, like a teleconverter. So it's probably not correct because it's converting.
Okay. You've got to adjust for the convert. You got to adjust for the two.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, because that's my. Sorry.
No, you're good. That's good.
So that's the lens I use when I want to do like bird watching. So
I got you. Okay.
So and I wanted the tight crop on purpose, so that way it's very, very close. So a lot of the times when I use that lens, because I have the teleconverter on it, I think it's 2 or 3 times. So even when I look at it, I'm like, oh, I'm really at 50 millimeter, but it's telling me some other ridiculous number. So I have to keep that in mind. So the settings you'll see when I use the 200 millimeter is sometimes like really off. But I was at f16. I wanted as much of the background to be in focus, and also too the fog was creating movement, so I had to compensate for that as well. So so when I use that lens, all the settings are kind
Yeah,
of
the
like
1
off.
second exposure I understood. It was just like I couldn't figure out that ISO 1000. I'm like, how is this not all blown out with all this light, man? That's crazy.
Yes, and also
Gotcha.
too, I also do. I think sometimes I think I don't do a lot of like post processing, but when it comes to like the black and whites, I work a lot with the sliders. I bring all my
Mhm.
whites down sometimes so they're not
Oh
blown out.
yeah.
I bring
Sure, yeah.
I try to bring the blacks in.
So you overexpose a little bit generally, like your shots?
No, I actually go the opposite
Okay.
way. So I have that
So do I,
tendency
yeah.
of underexposing a lot. So
Yeah,
so I
so do
have
I.
to remember that when I put it in post, it's not so dark because that's just my natural way of doing it. I like to
Yep.
be underexposed, and
Yep.
sometimes it doesn't always work in my shots. So
Mhm,
so that's
mhm.
why I was trying to. That's why it took me 2 days. I was trying to figure out with the fog. It totally messed up everything because it made everything hot because of the white. The white was
Yep.
acting. The fog was acting
Yep.
like its own bounce card. So I had to
Oh
figure
yeah,
it
it
out.
will. Yeah, fog
Yeah.
will when you're doing your settings beforehand and you're taking some test shots.
Yes.
You're gonna either have to adjust for it, or if you know already, which I like at this point, I know I've got to adjust down a little bit because that's gonna bounce that light all over the place, man. That's gonna take it up like 2 steps probably.
And I also wanted to get some rim lighting on her because
Nice.
I know this particular Ahsoka was a little bit darker than the Rosario Dawson. This is the Ashley Eckstein version. It's just her
Yeah.
clothing was a little bit darker, and I knew that I had to get it to a point where you can actually see her clothes. So you get to see those details.
Okay.
Yep. Really nice.
Commander Green wanted to chime in. He says, I also want to say I appreciate how you all have helped me with my shots. Every time I shoot anything, I automatically think, what would Maz or Trevor say? And I'm being sincere when I say that. And since Pablo's not here, he didn't care about Pablo. Mark Attack, this shot is amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Pablo? All right. You're not here? All right.
All right. Unfortunately, I think this next one we've covered Raven Eye, but I think we should put another Deutsch tilt or no Deutsch tilt. This next one.
All right, we'll do another poll. Poll. And I'm only going to type German because I know how to spell that properly.
I actually really like this one, pretty much as is, because I get what's happening here.
It's so funny because I'm the opposite. I wish this one was straight.
Yeah, I think because of the lines that are coming from behind. I don't know what. There's something in the dio. I know it's like one of the cardboard extreme sets or whatever. But that brings your eye. I like those. But then we've got those going like at one angle, the other line, the main line's going in another angle. I don't know. It just looks there's a lot of lines in this. There's a lot of lines going on. The lines in the sign, the reflection of the lines in the sign.
They did a good job of hiding that extreme set too, even though it's right there as plain as day.
Pretty good.
I mean, you don't really focus on the fact that it's cardboard. It's just like
it's lit pretty well for that. Yeah, in that respect.
Believe it or not, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What's actually messing me up is actually the square blocks off to the side. Is that the right side or the left? Not the text.
The right side. Yeah, the right. Yeah.
Because you have you have the lines, the lines in one way, and then you have these square blocks that I feel like doesn't make sense with the leading lines of the pink. It's just me, but I actually really like this photo. I think it's cool. I like it.
I would like a little bit of a bump on her left side, just to define her from the background. It's a little like some light coming from up above on the stairs or something like that, just to give them a little bit of a back. It's cute.
Mark said the exact same thing that I was thinking, is that the staircase already adds a diagonal aspect.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's why I don't like the tilt.
Too much. Yeah. That and those lines that are following the staircase line are kind of like emphasizing that even more. And I think it would have been better as a narrow shot, a more portrait oriented shot, but straight.
Well, in this case, the everybody agrees no to the tilt on this one. So 66%.
Okay.
say tilt no. So, good stuff. I like the little mezit there, the Bane mezit.
Tilt
That's
or no
amazing.
tilt. That should be the name of the show.
Tilt or no tilt. Yeah. All right, Raven. Thanks so much for sharing. We got next here. Ooh, we got mine.
Moz.
Yes, I did this one for Mezco Monday when I first got this guy. That was weeks ago. This one I pretty much just hung him there and shot him on his own, and then did the AI background for an airlock. So, I mean, he's lit.
AI projected or AI post
Generated fill
afterwards in Photoshop.
afterwards, yeah, in Photoshop.
Gotcha.
So this is all I did was select subject and then did a generative fill and just found the because I was going for an airlock and I was like, I don't have time to build because I need to get this in for Mezco Monday. This little grub's head did not want to stay on. I tell you that right now because that's blue tacked on there to get him to look up because he's being carried. So
It's tricky.
yeah, it was a tricky shot given that. I mean, but I really like how
Like,
AI tries to match your lighting. I really appreciate that. It makes that so much nicer. But,
Took a shot. It's a very good shot, Moz.
yeah,
thank
like
you.
it. Really nice. Nice lighting.
All right, we're gonna move on.
Very spacey.
Greg says that's a solid post. Gen AI.
Oh,
Tour
Greg.
nerd. Speaking of, and it's 8 o'clock too. Are we gonna end on tour nerd again?
No, we're going for 4 hours. What are you talking about?
4 hours. I do have to take a shot for tomorrow. I built me a pillar and everything.
Actually, I was debating whether I should just do a part 2 later in the week, like Thursday, and just finish them off, even if it's by myself.
By yourself, man.
After hours of PL.
Yeah, there you go. Let's do it.
We can do an after hours one. I'd have to look at my schedule.
Well,
But you guys go ahead on this one while I look at my schedule.
I'm gonna say we'll do one in March. We'll do a long stream to catch up, especially before the end of March if we're gonna do the reshoot. You know what I mean? But no, Greg, this is an awesome shot. But I'm gonna let Jules and Alexa go over.
Yes. Jump all over tour nerd, Jules. Or Alexis.
I really like the lighting and how like the overall tone, like the how I don't normally like when something is like one color, but I like the desert vibe that it gives off being all golden like that, and I think that outfit works well with the toning too, and plus like the little hint of the periwinkle color on top. I'm just unsure of exactly what the ruins are in the background, and I'm not sure on the angle of it. I also don't know anything about this figure, so if anyone does, I'd love some info.
Oh, that's that.
This is.
Those are like crates in a package. That's cool.
Yeah, they're like packaging crates. Yeah, it's great.
Use.
Like it sold it for me. Like there's a couple of little
That's
things
cool.
that have taken off in places, like some rips or whatever. But I think he was doing that on purpose. So like it was breaking down and stuff. It's a great. I have one of these things. I've been saving it for like a Tatooine shot, like in the background. I've never used it. But yeah, this figure is kind of like it's a Mythic Legions figure. It's kind of a mysterious figure, but obviously very, very much an Eastern look to it. So it's I love it. I love this. What is this? This is one of the Lord of the Rings.
From Lord of the Rings? Yeah, I forgot what they're called.
Yeah.
The mounted on
that. Yeah, I should know.
Maybe there's like dragons in the back, maybe.
In the background.
Yeah, dragons in the sky. Yep. The lighting's great. I mean, he really sold the desert feel. I really like the use of the practical, castle, sand castle type of thing in the background there. I think I would have liked it to be more of a portrait, and seen a little bit more of the creature.
Frog. That's what they're called.
Right.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings frog.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just want like the jaw. I would like to have seen the jaw at least, and a little bit more of the feet.
Dang it, Twyworth. How many times are we gonna do this?
Warg. It's a warg.
Is it warg or rog? Warg?
I don't know
Warg.
now. I'm just
Warg.
Now I'm
confused before we
confused.
started.
It's a warg.
do a
It's a warg.
poll.
The warg, right? Okay.
Warg. That's a warg.
Let's do a poll.
That's a warg.
What do you think, Alexa?
I might say something controversial.
Go for it.
And this is a pet peeve of mine. This is just me. I like the lighting. I love all of that, but I hate the hot spot of the sun. It drives me nuts, even in my own photos. I will find different creative ways to show like a bright sun, but with trying everything that I can to not get that hot spot there. And that goes for any part of the photo that's extremely white, where it's almost like blown out. It's just a personal preference. Other than that, I agree with Trevor. I wish I would have seen like the face more of the warg. I would have preferred to kind of like see the whole figure of the animal, but I think it's actually quite beautiful. I like the practical effects of the cardboard. I think that's pretty awesome. But that's just me. Because my eye directly goes to that blazing hot white sun in the back, and that's just me.
Well, what's there's two things there. Like, what's good about that is where you want your eye to go, is the face, and that there's 2 points that are surrounding it. Whether there's 2 suns here or not, I don't know, or if that's just the sun reflecting, I'm not sure. And I bet if you took an eyedropper on that, it's not pure white. He's definitely got a little bit of a yellow tint to that. So like that doesn't bother me. Like if it was like a defined, circle of somebody just took like basically a brush and went boom, that would bug me. And I know what you're talking about, but in this case, personally, I mean, it's like you said.
Like I said, it's really controversial when I look at every other's posts on their photos and they're trying to mimic the sun or some sort of very high noon type of day, or even the Nosferatu picture with the window and the white. That would drive me crazy. Like it's just one of those things. I try so hard to get rid of that in my photos as best as I can. And if I can't, I won't even shoot the photo. I'll just be like, all right, I'll try to figure it out another day. To not have that brilliant whiteness in the photo, unless it's part of your story. But like I said, it's very controversial.
So I'm just going to show this. I'm really not trying to like be like, look at my picture. But
no. Like I said, I'm probably in the minority. Yeah, that drives me crazy. I
see. To me, that shows. I mean, it feels like I've shot this outside. You know what I mean? Like I don't mind that this is it's not completely blown out. There's a little bit of definition in there, and it's not quite, again, like if you took an eyedropper, it's not white. It's not as if this whole area is just white. To me, I don't know. It says the fact that this horse has this much light on it. You know what I'm saying?
So, I get it.
Like, I don't know. I get it. Like you don't want to have like that white spot on a shot necessarily, but I don't know. I think if you can put a little color in there or something, then I think you're okay with that. Honestly.
I would probably figure out some way to crop that whole section out.
I probably have a bunch of those. like here you go.
Yeah,
it's
your
twin
style.
suns. I mean, like, what are you gonna do? Like it's sun. Yeah, like if you took a picture of the sun, it would look like that. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I know. I totally get it. It's just a weird thing.
It's tricky.
Yeah, it's hard.
It is tricky. Yeah.
I agree.
Probably got
Totally agree.
I know I have another one like that. I can't think where the hell it is, but
it's actually part of your style. It's kind of funny.
Oh, this one, yeah, there was this one, yeah. So I mean, it's just a white spot, you know what I mean? But I feel like that's what the camera would look like if it hit the sun, if the sun was hitting it or whatever. But I get it. I know there is a shot that I won't talk about, but like there is one that I wish hadn't had that much. But I think he did a good job of keeping it. Not too bright and again defined. I mean, even if it was defined as a sun, like a Tatooine, setting suns or whatever, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But I get it. And at least it's surrounding the character. So the point of contrast, the highest point of contrast, is where you want your eye to go. So it's not like it's off to the corner or something like that. So that's not.
No, bad. I like it. I think it's a great photo. Yeah. It's a very strong photo. I like it. I think it's great.
Vertical, Greg, like portrait, dude. Like that would have been great. I love that.
Yeah. A portrait.
It's a beautiful shot. And GL Shaw, for sure, the hotspot is a balance between intensity and intent.
Mhm.
I don't think
That's
the
a good way to
hotspots
put
really
that.
bothering me. I think they got enough yellow in them that they don't really stand. I mean, they of course grab your attention, but I
Intensity and
feel like
intent is
they
a
do it
good
the right way.
phrase.
I'm going to argue with you, Alexis, but that's okay.
It's okay. We totally can.
No. It is a personal choice.
Yeah,
I
it is.
totally get
Yep.
that.
That's why I say it's very personal. It's just when I look at everybody's photos and it's a similar scene like this or very, very bright overall, I'm ripping it apart. I was like, too hot, too white, too much. Add something else. But that's just very personal preference. It has nothing to do with the fact whether it's a good photo or not. It's just my own preference.
My problem with it is not necessarily the two suns, but I feel like they're not casting enough light on the scene back here. Like this hillside. I mean, given where these suns are, this should be a lot brighter. This shouldn't be that dark.
Yeah, but then it would have taken away from the
I'm
shot.
just saying what it technically should have been. It should have been.
Yeah, I know.
Because they would have lit it up.
Yeah, I don't. I think it's weird with me. Like with the subject, when the subject is fantasy, I have a whole. I don't know why. Like, or even like to some degree, Star Wars. If it's not superheroes set in our world, I'm like a little more like forgiving as to how things
Yeah, me too.
react in an environment. You know what I mean? It's like I get what
Me
you're
too.
saying, Maz, and I probably would have had the suns defined and a little hazier as if they were setting to give it that look, the shadow. But the shadows work out. The sun is coming
the
from
shadows are fine, but the dirt itself, I think, unless it's like Mars red or something. I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It could be
Bright
like
enough.
an orange, like a red orange sand or something like that. That's what I mean. Like fantasy wise, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. It's fine. It's dragons in the air. Like, what are you gonna do?
I think what really pulled me out of it is the fact that this is the same darkness as this, and this is definitely on the other side away from the sun. So
yeah.
So I feel like this should be brighter. Like there should be a tonality difference just because this is definitely being hit by both suns, whereas this side is not. So
yeah,
that's just me. I mean, I understand too where you're coming from with the possible Mars dirt and that kind of stuff. But
yep.
But Torn Nerd, that's a good place I think for us to leave off for tonight. So
there you go.
We'll do that, and so we'll leave it at that. Torn Nerd ending 2 weeks in a row. Torn Nerd is our ending person.
True that.
243
Mike
to go.
What? I'm sorry I don't have dragons outside my window either. So.
I do.
Dude, dragons are real though. You know why? Because I was
the same dragon we're talking about though, but I got some dragons out.
Dragons are real because I was walking by the children's book section at work and it says dragons love tacos. So they must be real if they're gonna love tacos. I'm just saying they can't love tacos and be fake,
I actually have that
tacos
book.
Are real, so therefore the dragon is real. Why lie to the children? Don't lie to the children.
Now I need to go get that for my daughter.
Because I love tacos. Dragones love tacos.
Yeah, there's a book in the children's section at Target. It says dragons love tacos.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna have to make carnita tacos tomorrow.
Oh, I'm having my super nachos tomorrow.
Yeah, it's not carnitas though, so it's all right.
Wait, can't wait for my super nachos. So yeah, back to real quick. So around the end of March, let me look at the calendar here real quick. We're gonna look at nope, don't where's there? Nope, but there.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to definitely do a longer show on one of them.
So Tuesday, March 26th, I think we're gonna look at pretty much a month out. You're gonna have toy reshoot, hashtag toy reshoot. Like I said, you're gonna hashtag it. Not that that really matters, but we're gonna do it anyway. And we're going to tag toy photography talk, and then I want in the carousel the new one and the original. So keep that in mind, guys. Let's get that going. I think that's gonna be a great one. And with that. League of Extraordinary Sixers. What do you got coming up? Anything?
Not much.
What?
I only get to shoot photos on the weekend. So if my weekend gets tied up, I have very limited time to do it. It just kind of sucks, but I always have ideas in my head. It's just a matter of whether I can sit down and do it.
So you have better control because when I have an idea, like I can't sleep, so I have to shoot it.
No, not necessarily. My process is very different. If I have something complicated, then I ruminate on it for a long time. So by the time I get to do it, it's already done. like in my head, so I don't have to. And so what happens is that it takes me like literally maybe 10 minutes to shoot it because I've already thought about it. I know where the props are going. I know, I even see it in my mind how I want it in frame, and I just have to worry about the minor details like fog. You know, it took me 2 days because I couldn't figure out the fog, not because I didn't know what I wanted to see. It's just fog was a new element for me. So things like that. So it's just a matter of like which one I want to do next, you know, and how complicated I want it to be. Let's say, for example, the penguin shot in the last photo, I was annoyed that I didn't get a picture with snow in it. I started toy photography, like maybe I think a year and a half in, and I have yet to have snow. And the moments that we had snow, I was not available. So I literally went outside, threw those stupid porgs outside with no lighting, like nothing. I just put them in the dirt, in the snow, and I took my bird camera and I just shot it there. So there's no shadows. It's in the
appropriate.
Yeah, it was just because I wanted to take advantage of the snow. So that's how I operate. Either I plan it forever or I look outside and be like, oh, I need to do this like right now, and then I do it. And then I learned from that experience of, you know, taking longer versus doing something on the fly very quick and see what I can learn. And even when I was doing that penguin one, I was Trevor had you in my mind. I was like, Trevor's gonna be mad that I don't have shadows in there with the penguins and with the snow and stuff like that. I literally had you in the back of my mind, so it was kind of funny that it was.
I gotta tell you, the last time I did an outdoor snow shot, I brought a very expensive hot toy out and lost like a small part of the.
Oh no!
It made me insane. I went through the snow. I could not find it. And spring came. I walked out there.
It was right there.
It was right there. So,
well, you got lucky, man. Right there.
Yeah,
I still can't find that Zartan I lost in that mud puddle when I was a kid, man. So sad. He fell off the boat, man. I had the mud puddle and they had the moccasin thing. And he just fell off the boat, and then I was like, "Where'd he?" I just reached down and grabbed him. Nope, he was just gone. I was like, "Dude, this is a mud puddle. Where could he have gone?"
Yeah, we definitely need to do a longer show, man. We have 181 photos as of right now.
I think we had 181 photos, and we do about 25 to maybe 30 a show. So let's do that math. 30, 60, 90. That's 6 shows before we get to the end of this stuff. So please, for the love of God.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like
knitting.
it. I like it because we have photos to go over every week, but we're never gonna catch up to the top. We're gonna be so behind.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to definitely do a longer show or do a part 2.
We got to do a cramming show and get through some of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do, man.
I think if we do what we did last Tuesday when we're just going through them.
Yeah.
I think we can do that.
Yeah.
Because I want to go over each detail, but a lot of lately, everybody has improved drastically. All the photos have been amazing. So there's not really a whole lot that we need to give techniques to or just like pause on it for too long, because the shots have been great. The lightings have been great. Unless there's an issue that, like the one that we were talking about where it needed some backlighting. On those photos, if we take some time to stop and talk about those more, then that's fine. But like everybody else's shots that have been on fire, like we should just praise it, everything that's good, and then go to the next shot. Like we just
I know it's
tough. I don't
to slip by like stuff that's really, really good. But I mean, I think a lot of people are at this point who are good and it's no offense, like they're just putting stuff up. I mean, we put our stuff up, and it's like. You know what I mean? Like we don't really need to go over this. You know what I mean? I mean, unless it's teaching someone something. That's the other thing. It's like sometimes you can look at these things and you can like talk about what makes it a great shot. You know what I mean? And people can learn from that. It's kind of like what we do on Toy Photo Bomb. So, but I hate to skip those things. But I mean, 6 weeks out, man. 6 weeks out to get through what we got now. So
we got to sound bad, but we need to burn through some real quick. Like, I mean, we definitely need to stop on the ones that we think needs a little adjustments here and there. But like on the ones that we know that are on fire, like just Just say what's good, great, and then next shot.
Yeah.
Especially when there's like multiples. Like Raven had like what 5, 6 that we went through.
Yeah.
Like on those, like we could just and I don't want to like burn through them, but like I mean, unless there's an issue that needs to be not an issue, but I guess like some advice that can be addressed, then we can address it.
I think if we could get through these things and then do some sort of like you're doing with the hashtag Moz, like have a theme, and then go through the things that are on the theme or something like that, and then just have another theme, and then don't really submit everything under the sun, just the theme stuff maybe or something. I don't know. We can talk about this backstage.
Yep. Yeah. Definitely.
You can do something.
What do you got coming up, Jules?
Yeah, Jules.
Nothing exciting, really. I just have my book of 60 ideas that I haven't gotten to, and I'll just pick them off one at a time and just hanging out, I guess. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, I was in a rut.
Rhode Island, right? You're not going to ZoloCon or anything, right? That's too far.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh,
Trevor,
okay.
I'm not cool. I don't know what these things are.
Who's going to Toylanta? I need people to come to Toylanta with me.
People need to tell me what these things are. I have no idea what
Wear
they are.
a cool bandana. You're cool. Come on, man.
This is just so I have so much hair. I just don't want it in my face. So I always have it up. I always have it up when I talk to
I
you
have
guys
that problem too.
hair down with
Yeah.
headphones is not a good look for me personally.
That's coming up in Worcester, Massachusetts.
Worcester?
Philadelphia. No, it's not. It's Warminster. Worcester. Pennsylvania. Well, I know. I know
that
that's
just killed me.
Worcester. I know it's like Worcester. I know that's not.
Worcester.
But Worcester.
Worcestershire.
Worcester.
Yeah,
Worcestershire sauce?
Worcester. Oh, that just made my day.
Give a shout out to
Warminster.
Casey Smith in the
Warminster, PA is where it is. Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to look it up.
It's a good
Yeah, I
show.
don't know anything about it.
It's a really good show.
What type of lines and stuff do they have there?
Everything. There's a lot of good retro stuff, but the Four Horsemen are there. It's like an old.
Oh,
it's
cool.
a centrifuge for they used to use to train astronauts. So it's like a round place. So they still have like all this electronics and stuff from the 60s. It's wild. That's really cool.
Oh, so it's really cool
It's
there.
a cool place to see. Yeah.
And I'm
yeah.
not gonna let it go. Yeah, cool.
Sorry. Well, you're not cool, Jules. So like, what can I say?
I
You know?
know. No invite
I mean,
for me. I guess.
So, but seriously,
Cool enough
who
to know
wants
Worcester, but like you're not cool enough. Yeah.
Toylanta in March? Let's go.
I would love to, man, but
I would love to, man. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't do it this year. So many cons, man. There's so many
I
cons.
took the whole weekend off, and you guys left me.
Nobody
I'm
told
gonna take
me.
you all the good restaurants too. Burger King, McDonald's.
Next year I will do that. I will do that. I'll be doing that.
yeah, maybe next year if I can get a
Yeah.
booth, then I can do that for sure. But I can plan to get a booth for it because I think that's how I'm gonna have to base my cons. Is like if I can get a booth and make it worth my while to go for that, then I'll probably do that.
I'll probably
Well,
only be
I'll
at.
split the costs in a booth if you get one. If you want to do that, and well, you'll have to work with me and show me how to get some product. But
Okay.
we're working on that. We got a year to do that.
Okay.
I'll probably
What is it,
only
Andrew?
ever go to the ChrisCon one because it's close to me.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's only
That
like an
sounds
hour
good.
away.
Yeah.
It was
that's-
fun.
that's
I had a
gonna
lot
be
of
good.
fun.
I'm gonna go that one this year too. I think it's a little bit of a hike, but it was fun.
It was fun meeting people that I talked to online and never ever meet in real life.
That's the best part. That's the best
Yeah.
part of going.
It was a single reason why I went to Legions Con. I have no interest in
Yeah.
Mythic Legions. Not that I don't think it's a wonderful toy line, but I
Right.
saw all of you going, and I said, "Oh, I need to meet these faces and see who they are."
Yeah, I'm glad you went,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
That was cool. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the only reason. I was like, I need to see these folks because I thought it was really nice that everybody was.
I mean, the good thing is that there's more than just Mythic Legion stuff.
Yes, which was great for me because
Yeah.
I wanted to,
Yeah.
and
There's a
that
lot
was
of custom stuff.
yeah, that was the other reason why I went. I wanted to see, I wanted to get props and dios, and I figured that was the best place to go and get some. So, which was cool. I was able to score some stuff there. It was kind of fun and seeing everybody as well, which is why I go this year so I can see all of their faces again.
Yeah, we'll be there
Oh, yeah.
again. Yay.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait.
Except this
All
time I'm
right.
not going to be traveling to New York. I'm going to be staying there the whole time.
Although I find it kind of odd that it's there in that place because there's like nothing there. I don't know how you feel, Trevor, but like I come closer to the New York City skyline area, and when I drive there, I was like, what is going on here? There's like nothing here. And so
well, I'm on Long Island, so it's a little, it's a little flat too. There's
maybe it's similar.
Like
Maybe it's
New Jersey.
similar vibe.
Yeah, it's kind of like New Jersey. Well, I mean, it is. There's nothing around that particular hotel, but my God, I mean, between that pub and everybody bring drinks and stuff, I didn't need to leave that hotel. It was fantastic.
Right, which is what I figured. I figured it was more like the social aspect of it because when I looked around,
totally.
it was really funny. I was like, "There's nothing."
Oh, there's nowhere to go. Yeah, there's nowhere to go. Yeah. There's nowhere.
If you want to see nothing, you come to where I live. Then I'll show you nothing. Nothing.
Hey, speaking of showing guys stuff, I finally got this is what I'm going to reshoot, guys. Just so you know, I'm going to reshoot that.
Cool.
So this is an early shot from 2021. So I was only 2 years into photography at that point. So I'm going to redo that one.
I mean, I like it.
Well, hold on, let me bring it back up. So what you'll see here, though, is I kind of brought in this floor and put it in, but I didn't mask him back in properly here. You can see the floor.
Okay.
I cut some off, stuff like that. Here, just the masking is weird. So I want to redo it now that I know more.
See that hot spot on the alien's head? That would drive me nuts.
Oh, hold on. What?
Yeah, that right there.
Oh, yeah, right here. Yeah, that's something else. I'm going to try to. Yeah.
Oh. So it's stuff like that. So when I say hot spot,
good thing for the new remove tool that will take that wrap.
Yep, that's exactly what I would do. I would spend hours trying to remove that.
Like it's funny because recently, like right before the show, I did a shot of that Raw Monkey figure, and I don't think anybody would have noticed it. But since I was so zoomed into her face when I was I was brightening up her eyes. On her lip, she had a weird hot spot that you can't see it when you zoom out of it. But when I was close, like I saw that damn hot spot. Mm-hmm. And as soon as I saw it, and when I zoomed out, like I could swear to God, I could see it, and it was laughing at me. So I had to go back in there and remove that damn spot.
Now I'm gonna traumatize everybody now when they look at their pictures and they see this hot spot there. Sorry.
Just all you have to do in the comments, hot spot.
Hot spot.
Not me, Alexis. I don't care.
I love the glowy mystical light. I'm such a sucker for that stuff. But if I see a dead pixel, that'll drive me insane.
Oh, a dead pixel's different. Yeah. And I've noticed that on my damn monitor, I have a few dead pixels on the bottom. I was like, what the hell?
What in the heck, man? Why you got dead pixels, man?
Well, then again, this monitor's 20. I got it in 2011, so it might be for an upgrade.
All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and end the stream, I guess. So guys, if you guys want to follow either of these two,
and if you want to, you need to.
Yeah.
Follow.
You need to follow them. Their information is linked down in the description below. So make sure you get up with Lost in Translation Photo and League of Extraordinary Sixers. Of course, you can follow all of us normal panelists as well. All that information is down below. And we'll see you guys next week. Make sure you partake, though. Start planning your reshoot. Let's get a reshoot and let's go through those. We'll make a special event of it and go through just those.
Yeah, we'll talk about it backstage.
Yeah.
We'll see what we need to figure out.
You guys have a great night, and we'll see you next week.
Later.
See you guys.
Oh, I gotta get rid of this banner first. He's gonna show up doing everything.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away,